Finito, aka. Oh, okay. What's happening? Hello, hello, hello. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Up, super fam and bro vengers alike. I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And we got a good episode for you today, as we usually do. Y'all already know how we do. On today's show, for our open discussion, we're talking Amadeus Cho, the Penguin, and Agatha All Along. For our pop culture news, we're talking about the Bane Deathstroke movie and the dynamic duo movie announcement from James Gunn himself. So we have a really good show today, and I hope everybody is excited to get into it, because it ain't nothing to it but to do it, and y'all already know how it go. Okay, I'm really excited to get into all of these fantastic things that we have planned for this beautiful, marvelous Monday today, indeed. Man, I hope everybody's having a good day today. For real, let me know if you guys have checked out the Penguin episode. Let me know if you've watched, all the stuff that's going on. Agatha all along. I think today there's supposed to be like Superman and Lois is dropping. The new Legend of Vox Machina just dropped over the weekend. There's just so much stuff happening right now. So let me know if you guys are tuning in and vibing with all of that good stuff that's happening. I see you guys in the chat. I hope everyone's having a good time, having a good day. Make sure you guys drop some likes on the stream, no matter where you're watching at. We are live. We are multi-streaming on everything. So wherever y'all want to check it out at, you have the ability to. If you're here don't forget, you can follow us on all social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in. Y'all already know how the vibes go. And then, of course, you can check out that weekly podcast wherever you check out your podcasts at, man. We are having a good old day today, if I do say so, indeed. My guy Mike Beasy is already here. What's happening, Mike Beasy? How you doing today, G?
What's going on, man? What is going on? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Like you said, man, Lois is running right now.
Facts.
I actually got it on in the background. It's a 2 hour premiere tonight. So
What?
yeah. 2 hour premiere tonight. So they're going crazy with it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
going
not
crazy
watching
with it.
it live, but I know they're like putting it out on demand on like the
Yeah,
CW
I think it'll be on
channel or
Max the
something. I
next
don't
day
know.
too. I think.
Oh, it's on Max the next
Yeah,
day?
I gotta
Oh,
check.
okay,
I
okay,
gotta check.
okay.
I gotta check.
Yeah. Okay, that's a W. That's a W, yo. All
It
right,
is
well,
gonna be on
man.
demand for sure. I always record it. Then just watch it back.
Recorded is crazy. My guy got the
Hell
DVR
yeah.
popping. I feel it. I feel it.
Hell yeah.
Let's jump into chat. Let's see what you guys are doing. Yo, I'm here. Happy the birthday party went well. Yo, again, big happy birthday to your daughter, Kiwi Kirby. Big shout out to you and her. I hope y'all had a good time today
And that's usually the birthday
for
party.
real.
Nice.
Yeah, for real. Jeopardy music starts playing. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah. Hey, bro, how's it kicking? Yo, what's up with the dog wolf over there on the TikTok, brother? I hope you're having a good day today. How you doing, man? I appreciate you being here with us. I hope you're having a good day today so far. Haven't seen Penguin yet. I didn't like the Batman at all. Sheesh. Damn, bro.
What?
Why didn't you like the Batman, bro? What didn't you like about it?
What?
I loved the Batman. I thought that was a really good
I
movie.
was. I'll say this. I'll say this. Watch the Penguin, and then go back and watch the Batman through the lens of the Penguin. I think it'll help.
Facts. I think that I agree with that completely. Vox Machina is awesome. Yo, I agree so much, Dog Wolf, bro. I love Vox Machina. That show was awesome. I watched a lot of the actual campaign that they did before for D&D and stuff like that. So Prime really got a gem on their hand. I'm happy they're keeping it going. I haven't watched the season yet, but I'm gonna check it out next week. I'm hoping to do a watch party for episodes 1 and 2 because I didn't even know it was dropping today. Um,
They
Yo,
brought the
what's up with
heat
it,
today.
Night?
They brought the heat today.
Oh yeah, facts. A lot of heat is dropping today. What's up, Night? How you doing, G? I hope you're having a good date as well. I hope you guys all
Hello
tuning
there.
in with us are having a good one. I appreciate all the love. Let me know how y'all doing today. Let's get a 1 in the chat if y'all are having a good Monday so far. Let's get a 2 in the chat your Monday is just a plain old damn Monday. And let's get a 3 in the chat if you just happy to be here. You feel me? Let me know how you guys are feeling. um Yeah, this is going to be the last season of Superman and Lois. This is the final season.
Right.
A lot
This
of the
season.
stuff that's going on with the James Gunn Superman movie is kind of similar to the vibe that they have for Superman and Lois. So they're just not trying to have two Supermen running at the same time,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate, but it also makes sense at the same time. It makes sense, but it's
Yeah.
unfortunate,
Listen to confusion. Listen to confusion.
Exactly, because everybody already think everything. There's already too much confusion, so you know
Yes. That's so much. There's so much.
there's so much confusion, bruh.
So
And
much.
it,
They gotta reel it in.
and then once they, but I don't think Superman, the Superman movie is also going to add a lot of confusion because they got every superhero and their mama in that shit. So they're gonna be
Then they
like,
got
bro,
right
wait.
back up. Yeah.
They're gonna be like, wait. They're gonna be like, wait. Is this the same Green Lantern as Ryan Reynolds? Like, nah, bro, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, you
It's
already
not.
know that's about to be the question.
Yeah.
We get. um, let's see. Not enough Bruce. The only thing I liked was the way that Gotham was portrayed. I can understand what you're saying from that because we did not see a lot of Bruce Wayne. But I think the reason we didn't see a lot of Bruce Wayne is because it's a year two Batman, right? It's just we're
Fact.
just now, well, not we, but Batman is just now kind of finding that he is Batman and not Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean? Like he's
There
kind
you
of
go.
just now finding that out himself. So he has fully immersed himself into the Batman persona. That's one of the reasons. I feel like that's one of the reasons narratively why he was like a skinny, like hella skinny, and just like a vampire dude because he had literally just absorbed like the Batman persona right off the bat without really putting any thought into it because the thought that's put into it is also having that Bruce Banner to lean back on, and that is not what he
Right.
had because he's only a year too Bat.
Exactly. So like everybody, the Batman that we all have seen, and the one that everyone's familiar with is a well seasoned Batman who has learned how to on for Bruce Wayne, right? Because Batman is the persona, if we're going to be completely honest. Bruce Wayne is the mask. So this particular iteration, at least right now, he hasn't learned to balance the two. So, like you said, he's fully immersed himself in the persona of the Bat. He hasn't figured out how to be the playboy
Anything
Bruce
else?
Wayne just yet.
Yeah. And I'm kind of hoping he kind of embodies that a little bit more in the next one. But
Mm,
if he doesn't, I still understand why. I
yeah,
understand no
yeah,
matter what because I think it did a really good job narratively of putting it together. But I will say I understand the people that are looking for a comic book show or a comic book movie. You don't really find
hmm
that in the Batman or in the Penguin. Really, it is a realistic take on it for sure. It doesn't feel that same comic book that you're kind of looking. That I know the itch that everybody is wanting scratched. You know what I mean? It's
right.
kind of the thing that had everybody hyped when they saw Michael Keaton as Batman in the first trailer, right? It's like hell
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
like
it.
that
Yeah,
sense of like that comic book vibe of Batman just flying down from the sky and taking people out with his cape and just doing crazy shit like that. That's not something that we're gonna see ever happen really in the Batman universe. What is it called? The Batman epic crime saga.
yeah,
But I'm okay with that. Uh,
yeah.
Kirby said, "I heard horrible news that apparently Dwayne Johnson is getting an MCU role." I don't know how factual that is, but the thing that I saw was him. I saw a concept art of him
Yeah.
as Apocalypse, if I'm not
Apocalypse.
mistaken. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then it was like I was like, please God no. Like
Well,
let's not have that happen.
all I'll say to that is the saying where there's smoke, we'll leave it
Nah.
there. We'll leave it
Please
there. I don't know
God.
how much smoke, but there is smoke there.
I mean, I'm okay with him getting a role, but it's like let's not have it be Apocalypse. Like let's not have him like he did not do such a good job as Black Adam that he could be, Abin Sur. You know what I mean? Like because I know that's where they're going with it. You know what I mean? It's the same type of
I
vibe.
feel
Apocalypse has a Black Adam ish vibe, but not, you know.
yeah, I feel because of the last portrayal. And I actually like Rock as Black Adam. And I like Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse. I just feel it just wasn't he didn't get a fair shot. You know, it was kind of everything was kind of a little weird there. So, but just coming off of that, I don't think we should immediately jump into somebody like Rock, who's
Yo,
kind of polarizing in his own right,
yeah.
as they are polarized over. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
We kind of should
I
like
haven't
ease
I
into
haven't
that
seen
with
that.
somebody else.
What is that movie? Is that's just called Apocalypse, right? X Men Apocalypse. I haven't seen that movie
Yeah,
in. I haven't seen that movie literally in forever. Like in forever. I'll have to
yeah.
go back and watch it again so I can see, how it shaped up. The thing I remember the most about that is like how Storm was, and I just was not. I wasn't the biggest fan of how
I
Storm
mean,
was in that
there
movie.
are
But
there are pieces you can take from it that there are things in it that worked, there are things in it that didn't work. It was kind
yeah,
of a mid.
facts.
It's kind of like in the middle for me. The entire Fox X saga was kind of right smack dab in the middle. Like it wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. It was just kind of
Yeah,
like a C plus type thing all the way through.
yeah,
You know, so it was like, I mean, Days of Future Past, I think everybody agrees is probably the best one out of that whole. But that one was awesome. That was awesome. But and then the Dark Phoenix one was like they just can't get Phoenix right.
yeah. Hey,
It's kind
bro,
of everything's kind of mid.
that is my huge thing that I am very nervous about when it comes to the X-Men in general. Is every
Yeah,
X-Men, it
yeah.
doesn't matter which one, all of them are hard to
PTSD,
do.
man.
It's just hard to do live
PTSD.
action, bro. It's just even Wolverine. Like even Wolverine is hard to do,
Yeah,
and he's kind of a simple person. He's kind of a simple one, but even the live action stuff they did for him really hasn't been accurate, quote unquote. So it's like
right.
it's just a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. I hope that they can I hope that they can do it. I hope they go all in on the X-Men the way they went all in on the Avengers. That would just be really smart. I would not be
Right.
against that at all, but who knows?
Yeah, like
Who knows?
I feel like they shouldn't hold back. They need to go ahead and lean into it, but like
It's just,
take their
and
time
that's
while
one of the
they're doing.
reasons why I think there's so many powerhouses that have been introduced in like the last like five years. Legit, we've had nothing but powerhouses introduced left and right, like multiverse travelers and then Scarlet Witch now comes into the play as being like a super heavy hitter more. We have like
Yeah,
two heavy hitters being introduced in Secret Invasion of all things, you know what I mean? Like, and then you have all of the Marvels pulling up. Like, it's just like all of that is powerhouses. Even Thor's goddaughter, for lack of better words, like even she's a freaking powerhouse. Like, there's just
yeah,
powerhouses left and right, brother. And I'm hyped about it because it just makes me know like, oh, bro, it's about to get turned off. It's about to get turned up, bro. Like, it's about to get. People are seeing these powerhouses be introduced and they're like, "Rah, women strong makes me mad," and I'm like, bro, it's about to get turned up. Like, it's about to get turned. Like,
real mad. Yeah,
bro, for real, like.
yeah,
Yeah,
to
that
be real mad
some of the
soon.
most some of the most powerful mutants are women. Like,
I'm saying, like y'all
you
saw
know,
how they killed Storm in X-Men '97. You're not gonna
bruh,
get that on the big screen. Come on now,
bruh, for real, they're gonna be real
come on
mad
now.
then. They're gonna be real mad
I'm gonna be
then.
upset. Upset. I'm here for it too.
Oh
Give
man,
me those crocodile tears.
give me those crocodile tears. Is crazy.
I'm here
Fill
for
my cup up, nigga.
it.
For real. That's hella funny. You would think that Scott Summers would be easy to do. Nah, that's not that. I'm not gonna lie. Scott Summers is probably one of the hardest characters for them to
I was
do
about to say,
because his character is so different from
so
what people
complex, man.
think of. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't even know bro goes to the full blown dark side for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Like, a lot of people don't
facts,
even know that
man.
about Cyclops. Like, that's not a
Like,
well known
let's
thing.
not forget this man killed Xavier. I'm just saying, let's not forget that. All right.
Bro's a menace. Like,
Everybody
bro
loves
is a
Scott. Everybody
menace.
loves Scott. Hey, yo, Scott is unhinged. His entire family is unhinged. There is
Yo,
not a sane
exactly.
person
There is not a sane summer
connected to his
around,
company.
bro. There is
There
not
is
a sane summer
no
around.
one in that family is sane.
Not from his
His
daddy.
timelines and
Not
everything.
his,
Nobody in that family is sane at all, dude.
his
They
daddy,
all
his
crazy.
brother, his son, bro. They all wild, bro. They're all
His
wild.
daughter from a future timeline with a whole
Oh,
different.
yep, that's right. I
Listen,
forgot about her.
listen, yo,
And
the
that's what I'm
Summers
saying.
family is
Like,
probably easily the most complicated family in all of comics, and the most
So it's
insane.
like, how do you even adapt something like that? You know, and that's
I
what
don't
I'm
know, bro.
nervous about. Is like, how are they going to adapt these things?
Then
Are
like,
they
how
going to be
far do you
completely
go?
different takes on the exactly? Like, are you doing a completely
How
different
far
take
do
on
you
the
go?
character, or do you just go for
Right.
it? Like, do you show the complete demise? Like, do we see everything that's going to go on with the X-Men, and then see them, see bro turn evil? Are we gonna see some crazy, and then he be the villain, for a movie
I
or
would
some
love
shit
to
like
see it.
that? Like, I would love something
I
like
would
that.
love
I
to
don't
see
think
it,
we've.
honestly.
I think the only thing that we've seen like that is not WandaVision, but Multiverse of Madness, right? Like, Multiverse of
Oh
Madness is the
yeah.
only time we've seen our hero, quote unquote, become the villain, my guy. And it's like,
Yeah.
bruh, we need to see that happen a little bit more. Like, we need to see that occur a little bit more in the
It really
MCU
could. Like,
because
they could do like a whole saga with it, man. There's so many stories they can tell with the X-Men. I mean,
hmm
as a whole, and then just they could focus individually on each one of them if they really wanted to. Like, we could go down the fall of Scott Summers. We could
hmm
go down there. We could explore Vulcan and the Shi'ar and all of that craziness there. You know what I mean? Like, we
Yep.
could really go deep with just the Summers family alone. Like, we saw how Cable ended up in X-Men 97. Like, it
Yeah.
gets deep, it gets crazy. We got Cable, we
And
got
that's
Hope, we
what,
got
and
Rachel. We
that
can
thing
keep
right
going.
there is what I'm, bro. X-Men '97 is like a masterpiece, but I don't
Telling
think
you.
people would even remotely like that if it was live action. Like, not even gonna cap with you. I think people
No,
would have
they wouldn't. They couldn't
complained
handle it.
the
They couldn't handle it.
entire show, like every episode, they would have complained about something if it was live action. And you just can get away with, and that's I don't think you can get away with X-Men in live action in the same way, and that's why they always try to make it super. They always try to do like super serious type of thing, like, and all for all purposes, in my opinion, like the original X-Men movies are very similar to like how the Batman is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a
Mm,
comic booky experience, really.
you're
Like,
right. You're
they
right.
do certain comic booky things as like an Easter egg type of thing, but it's not a comic book movie. It's a way more serious take. I mean, they shit on the costumes in the X-Men movies all the time. Like, bro, what do you think? Yellow spandex, and they just do everything they can to not put them in the comic accurate stuff because they're like, that is way too childish. That there's no other way for it to be put. Like, that's what creators think, is that X-Men is too childish to make X-Men be what it should be. But X-Men is also some of the most brute force, grittiest, most destructionist. Like they have some of the deepest stories. Some of the most heartbreaking things happen to mutants. Like, it's like, bro, it's a hard way to blend those two lines, and I don't know if they can do it. I
Facts.
think the MCU might be
Facts. It's
able
a
to,
tough
but
balance.
I don't
It's a
know.
tough balance.
Tough
A
balance
very tough
indeed.
balance. So I don't know. I don't know. Those are good points because I don't know if people would be able to accept it. Because you kind of
Yeah,
have to put yourself in a mindset that, all right, this is where we're going with it. You kind of have to set yourself up mentally for these kind of movies, so to speak.
yep.
Especially if you're trying to go as far as you need to go with the X-Men to really make it, especially if people are wanting some accurate. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's some things have to be changed. Liberties have to be taken to kind of make things a little more quote unquote
palatable.
real. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
digestible. I guess some of these things
yeah.
you just can't do like that. I mean, you can, but there are limits within that. So I don't know. It's kind of a tough balance there.
Super tough balance, and I'm interested in knowing how they're gonna tackle it, bro. Because you don't. There is no chill with X-Men, bro. There just isn't. Like, you don't. There's no small stories with X-Men. There's no small things happen. Like, everything is huge and on a grand scale with the X-Men. Like, as soon as you bring them into the fray, so I just really want to
Right.
see what they're gonna actually do with it. But that's us. Just that's our little chat yap right there. That's just us yapping to chat about whatever y'all's talking about, whatever y'all bringing up.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the
Yeah,
chat.
big shout outs to the chat. Let's see. Okay, so let's talk about Agatha. Let's talk about Agatha. How'd you feel about this week's
Oh,
episode, or episode 3 of Agatha All Along, brother?
Oh man, Epis. Oh, they. First of all, I absolutely appreciated the groovy vibe that we had there.
Yeah.
I like how each episode's almost like its own little time period piece.
Yes.
Um, in each episode, as I think everybody's starting to pick up on that, they focus on a specific member of the group, and
Mm-hmm.
then within that, um, the color of the road itself also pertains to the specific individual
Yeah.
that the episode is about. So you get all these little things here and there just before, just aesthetically, before we even get into the episode. Is that's kind of perks your ears up. But I am loving these trials, these tests, where it's giving us more on each character. It's a really good way to kind of tackle everybody's backgrounds without spending too much time on it and without feeling like you're just kind of being, bogged down with information. But are
Yeah.
doing it in a creative way that's also fun and funny. And then like
Truth.
you get what we got, like the whole music video we got out of that episode. So
Which was
you get
lit.
that kind of those kind of moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. It's fun. It's fun to watch, but it's also like we're still dealing with like creepy stuff. It's still almost like a horror vibe, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
a light. It's like a little balance of light and dark there that I think
Yes.
is just right. It's like just the right amount of both of them. We got like the music we're going, but we're trying to stop this freaking demon that's going around literally burning the
Yeah.
shit out of everybody. Like
And
that's
I
right. You can't see
loved
it at
that,
first.
yo.
Man, that was
That
insane,
that was
right?
a great
Insane.
aspect to it. Like especially to have have the what was it called? The circle. They all draw like have that having to draw
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, the sea bear circle from SpongeBob, you feel me, around each other. And then after each person gets burnt, they're like, "What the hell? Why am I burning?" And then they all have that same mark that, that Alice has on her arm, on her shoulder from the demon basically trying to like abduct her, which is it was just all wild,
Right.
bro. Like that's just all it's so insane, and they are properly balancing these dynamics of really serious things like the death of her mom and all of these other things, and then in this like crazy lighthearted like song as well that's playing at the same time, and then they're just balancing all these things together in a really nice way. And speaking of the song, I thought the song and her mother's version of the song and the way that they used that to kind of further like the magic system and the lore of what was going on was just crazy. They gave Al like she's like, "Yo, this wasn't just what do they call it? I think they call it a ballad or something like that. It's not just a
Yeah, yeah,
ballad,
valid,
but
valid,
this is
yeah.
actually a protection spell that your mother has used and has sent it, and everyone around the world is singing it constantly. So you're always protected by something because people are always doing magic when they're listening to the song and unknowingly doing it. I thought that was a
Yeah, that
beautiful
was a
touch.
great,
Like that was just
great.
yeah, like just a
It was
great
awesome.
touch, a beautiful moment as well to have it to happen in there, and then also to circle all of that back around to the title of the episode. Like this shit is so this is so narratively beautiful. It's kind of insane because everything is connected to the other thing, right? Like at the
Thanks.
beginning of the show, Twitter was up in an uproar about the song. They're like, "Oh, they just put this song in here for no reason, da 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 da, just to do it." And then you find out that not only are the lyrics the exact thing that they're going to do in the show, but it's also the exact names of every episode. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Like the
no,
song
this
is the show.
yes,
It's
the
all.
song is
It's
the
part.
show.
The song is a character in this show.
Yes, that is the best way to put it. And
The
I
song
love
itself
all of
is a
that, bro.
character in this show, and the way that they give us bits and pieces ahead of time. Like you said, when we
Hmm.
saw the tattoo on Alice's arm the episode before,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, it's a protection spell, and then it was kind of like a okay, almost a shrug off moment, but it was enough to let you to keep you like, well, maybe that's going to mean something soon. You don't know how soon, but like it was kind of almost like a throwaway line, but it wasn't. It kind of because it lingered on it just a little bit. So you're like, okay, but you don't immediately. So you kind of forget about it. And then here comes the next episode, and now it all makes sense. Like they've been
It's
doing a
like, okay,
good
you
job
have
of
a
following
protection
up.
spell, but why? You know what I mean? Like
But
leaving
why?
that
Exactly.
extra there for you to just be like,
But
wait,
why?
what?
That's
Like,
it.
wait, what? Like,
That's it
it's
right
just a
there.
little small question every once in a while to be like, I wonder why this is the way that it is, you know? And it
Like,
just
what do you
drives
need
you.
protection from?
Yes, exactly.
Like,
And then
what do you need
everyone's
protection
like,
from? Did like you
"Oh,
see?
your mom died in the road," and then she obviously doesn't believe that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she obviously doesn't think that her mom died on the witch's road. Like, it's so clear that she's hiding something, quote unquote. You know? And
Right. Yeah.
then,
There's more information that's not being given, and she
yeah,
knows it. And then like when you know when they get like their little vision to the past or whatever, she's like, I can't protect you. It's like your grandmother
yeah,
died. Now it's my turn. So like they're
yeah.
dropping bits and pieces on us before they really tell us what's going on. So
Beautiful
you're kind of
breadcrumbs.
getting the breadcrumbs, like you're getting a little bit here, a little bit here, and then the next episode they slap you in the freaking face with the family is cursed. It's like, oh well, shit, no wonder.
And then everyone's
Cursed
like, "Yo,
from
did you
what?
know this? Like, why didn't you tell us?" Like, you know,
It's like, oh,
it's
you're
like,
the problem. You are the
yeah.
problem. So it's
And
pretty
then
dope. It's pretty
they're
dope
able
how
to
they
kind of
connect all
like,
the dots, man.
I don't want to say finesse us, right? I don't want to say they're finessing us, but they kind of are finessing us in a way with certain things. Like
Mm-hmm.
the smoke screen, really, it really is what it is. As soon as we
They're
want
good at that.
questions for our guy, we're like, okay, like what's going on here? What they name drop Mephisto, they name drop Mephisto, and then in the next episode, it's all this crazy shit going on instead, and you're like, wait a minute, wait,
Yeah.
to where we're not even asking about Mephisto. We didn't even
Not
ask
even,
about him
not
in
even
this
asking.
episode.
But
We're not.
then they turn around and play with us some more because when
Yep.
Jennifer Kale is looking at that wall full of masks, who do they look like?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're
Exactly.
like we're looking at the face of Mephisto without because she's even
But
looking at it confusingly like, You're like,
eh, yeah, like
She
she's
is the one who name dropped Mephisto. So we're playing a lot with this game now. We're playing a lot with this game.
I agree. And I mean I even loved the how they use those pictures to kind of show the like in the trial, the fire trial, to
Right.
show that fire is the main thing that has been killing witches forever. Like they've died by fire, they've been boiled alive, like they were born, like they were
They've been
burned alive, like
drowned.
yeah, just using just
Fire is it.
using just using a lot of that symmetry, I guess you can say. There's a lot of symmetry in
Mhm.
everything. Circling back to what we were saying before, um, yeah, this episode was all about Alice, and it was great. The song was amazing. She was awesome, and I just loved all of that. Right, but this episode was just as much about Rio Vidal's character coming back into the fray as the Green Witch.
But
You know what I'm saying? Like it was just as much about her, and there was some crazy drops and information and shit that they were giving us about her. How did you feel about Rio Vidal's character in this episode?
man, first of all, I'm positive it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like everybody agrees with that. But
Facts.
second of all, just the way they play these games that they continue to play with us, right? Like it comes up out the ground with all the leaves and the weeds. Like, oh, she's the Green Witch. Cool. And then like you kind of pay attention to her costume. Like the thing, like this kind of the costume itself is almost like organically growing on her, right? It's like it
Yeah.
comes up her neck a little bit more, grows around her waist a little more. So they're playing into the Green Witch part of it. But then also then they start playing around with other things and they start dropping teases. Like immediately upon her arrival, she was like, yeah, I heard there was a party, so I came down. Or did I come up? You know what I mean? Like she's playing
Yeah.
with you already off real. I was like, all right, so here you go. Here you go playing games.
For
And that's
real
just a little
though.
thing that they've done a really good job of with this and going back to WandaVision with how they just kind of drop just enough for you to catch wind of it, but maybe not be all the way in the loop.
For real though, it's like, yeah, if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you don't know. And if you know, you still might not know because that's the way that they really be playing it. Like they've played everything on the fence like, I don't even want to say that they've been playing it safe. They've just been playing on the fence of like, oh, do you think it's this? Yep, here's a confirmation that it is that. Psych, well, here's something else to make you discredit everything that you just thought was 100%. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you thought that this is what it was, but in fact it is not.
They're not being subtle about it. They're like, oh, here's one thing. Well, here's another thing. You decide.
Yeah. Yes, you exactly. The ball is in your court, champ. What you gonna do with it? Like, are you gonna put? Are you putting all your eggs in that basket? Are you sure you want to do that? Like, you know, like, yo, and I love that. Right? Like, I think week after. You sure about that? Week after week, something that is said, and like at the end of every stream or whatever, people are always saying, it's been so long since I've really got to theorize about Marvel stuff. And it's like, yeah, like that vibe is crazy. Like, you really don't know what's happening. You're not sure if Mephisto is going to just pull up in the next episode. And you're not sure if Teen is 100% Billy, even though it's like, yeah, he definitely is. But it's like, well, they're doing everything they possibly can to show us that he's not, though, as well, you know? Like, did you put this sigil on me, Agatha? It's like, oh, even if I did, I wouldn't know because the sigil wipes the memory of the witch that used it. Like, what? Like, what? What is
kind of information? Whoa.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. In a way that X-Men 97 did such a great job of explaining kind of like the powers of how the X-Men work. This, too, does a really good job on explaining the rules behind witchcraft and magic and separating the two. Like, witchcraft and magic are not one and the same. They are two separate entities that go together. They're hand in hand, but they're still two different hands.
You spitting with the hand in hand, but they're two different hands. I'm not gonna lie, I'm stealing that. But yeah, brother, for real, like, and it's something that was very reminiscent. The thing that I can relate it to is when Thor was talking to Jane Foster and kind of telling her that science and magic are the same thing, but they're just kind of not the same thing. And then it's like to kind of find out that magic is also like that with something else. It definitely piques my interest about it. You know what I mean? It's like magic is this thing that could go to technology or it could go to straight witchcraft. It just kind of depends on the way that said magic is being utilized and the person that is utilizing that magic, or the magical energy itself, or how that magical energy is being harnessed. You know, all of those things are different and they connect to each other in these crazy ways. And I'm really, really hoping that we get some more answers about those subtle nuances in Ironheart, because I feel like I said this kind of before, but I don't think I've said this before actually. Like, my theory around Ironheart is that it's like Moon Knight, but Ironheart is going after the Hood, and Hood is like Arthur Harrow, but instead of serving whatever the god was, it's Mephisto. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, kind of the same thing, but completely subvert the shit on itself to where it's like, no, this isn't. Because even what's going on with Moon Knight, that's not. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if that's magic. I don't know if that's witchcraft. I don't know what the hell that is. That's just some supernatural shit. You know, it's just, and that is another thing that we don't exactly. And that's the other answer is, what does the supernatural really mean? Like, that's what we've been teasing with a lot too. We've been teasing vampires, right? We've been teasing all these other things that are going on. Demons, of course, have been getting teased a lot. I mean, they even teased witches all the way back in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He was like, it's either witches, robots, or aliens. That was like one of the things that he said. And I think ever since then, we've got all of that. You know what I mean? Like, we've got all of those things, basically.
When Sam said that shit?
Yeah, it was Sam. Yeah, he was talking to Bucky. He was like, bruh, since I've been here, the thing that I know is it's always either witches, robots, or aliens, bro. It's one of them, bro.
But that's crazy. That's crazy. And Yo, that was super, super clutch. Pulling
Mm-hmm.
back with Thor, and it's
Yeah.
crazy that if you because I don't think I've heard anyone else mention that. Honestly, you might be the first person I've heard say it
Mm.
and mention Thor and pull and bring that call back here.
Yeah.
Um, but the fact that you can do that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of look back into history at the MCU and kind of see that we've had a little bit of this stuff now before. Now they're just kind of bringing it to the foreground. And so
Mm.
now we can kind of go back and be like, oh wait, this has been around. We just haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
Magic and witches and all of this. This has been in existence. We just haven't seen it at this level. Vampires, they've been talking about vampires for how long now in the MCU?
Hell along.
You know what I mean? We have, you know, so clearly at some point we're going to get vampires, right? We even saw Lily show off her vampire bite like it was a trophy or something, you know?
Oh
So
shit, yeah, that did happen.
you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, so clearly vampires are here, right? Vampires are around somewhere in the MCU. Magic and
Mm-hmm.
witches are around in the MCU. And now we're getting a front row seat things. And this is again, this is it's related, but it's a whole different side of Marvel, just like you said with Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Moon Knight was its own thing. It's related, but it's a whole different corner of Marvel, a corner that hasn't been explored. And we're doing the same thing. We're here with Agatha, and so we're going even deeper into it than we did with Moon Knight. Moon Knight kind of gave you the idea that hey, there are things kind of beyond this realm of understanding. There are gods, there are deities, there are beings that also have their own thing going on too
Hmm.
that we might not be privy to. So and then like they
No,
kind of
that's
go a
real.
little bit more with the Celestials and Eternals and all of that stuff. So you get a little bit here and a little bit there. And with Agatha, we're literally sitting on the front row with popcorn in hand, getting a crash course in magic and witchcraft.
Yeah, for real. That's real. We are getting a magic. We are getting a magic. We are getting that crash course, and the crash course is much appreciated because we've been needing these
Oh,
things to be
facts.
100. We've been needing the definitions, I guess is the word I'm looking for what is actually
Mhm.
going on. You know, understanding these nuanced differences between everything. Because again, magic is something that we don't know too much about in the MCU. Like even in Doctor Strange, they didn't tell us a lot about magic, right? It was just kind of the introduction to magic. We didn't really understand how it worked. We just see that he
Mhm.
can do things, he can learn these things, he can study the shit, he can tap into the shit, but we don't know. We didn't know what the hell that really meant though. So, uh, the fact that what in because in WandaVision, Agatha tells Wanda that the reason that she can do magic without even needing anything else because she's the Scarlet Witch, right? But then
Mhm.
we don't really get a lot of answers as to the difference between like what Agatha does versus what Doctor Strange is doing because she even mentions that
Mhm.
Scarlet Witch herself is stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme. So it's like why even make
Facts.
that mention if they're like what is the you know cuz none of the magic that we've seen happen at all is like what Doctor Strange does. And we've seen him do some magic that's kind of like what Agatha does. Like we've seen him pluck a hair, make a potion, right? Spider-Man, No Way Home. He
Yeah,
definitely makes
Spider-Man.
a
Yep.
whole potion in that shit. Like he makes a full-blown like he even has like a cauldron damn near if I'm not mistaken like that he throws
He
some
does. He
of
does.
like he takes a piece of Peter's hair like he does the whole shit, he does the whole cauldron thing. So it's like
Right.
there are just so many things that we need answers to. And I also think it's super interesting that they chose to go with Doctor Doom as the villain now as well. It's just I don't know how, but I just feel like the shit that we're seeing, man, it just feels like it's getting be connected to everything so much more than we think. The same way you're always
And I
calling
agree.
back and saying, "Yo, go watch Thor Dark World again because you will see it in a brand new light." I feel like that's what this show is.
I'm
You know?
telling you, I'm say it. I'm gonna stand on that hill, dog. I'm gonna stand on that hill. Y'all need to go back and watch Thor: The Dark World because they gave us so much information. Like, man, not like that movie aesthetically, and I didn't like how they did Malekith, the villain. They
Yeah,
really, really nerfed him. But
for real.
there was so much information in that movie that's pertaining to the multiverse, which we're right in
Smack
it
dab
now,
in the middle of.
right in the middle of it now, and then just about how the realms connect, and then the energies within that, and then of course the Infinity Stones, which we're not dealing with anymore. But like there
Mhm.
was so much in that movie that now is going to be a point of reference going forward. So
Yeah.
I would urge everyone, like if you're just bored one day, hop in and go back and watch Thor Dark World and just kind of brush yourself up on the theories that Selvig was throwing out there about the multiverse and all of that. And heck, jump back into Doctor Strange as well.
For real.
Because
I
I agree
definitely need
with
to
you.
watch
I
Doctor
agree with
Strange
you.
again.
Man, I'm telling you, I agree with you because it's just like you were saying with Ironheart, how it's basically going to be technology versus
Hmm.
magic. How far are we going with that magic, right? We're talking that. We're talking
Yeah.
Mephisto. We're talking the Hood, who gets his powers from Mephisto, kind of deals
Yeah.
with magic, almost sorcery. Then we got Doctor Doom, who is a sorcerer himself, and
Hmm.
he deals with technology too. He's the perfect combination of both. So, I mean, we're kind of getting these little stair steppers, and everything is a lot more connected than we realize. Exactly like you said, because when you break it down, you start thinking about these characters that are coming. Ironheart is literally
Right.
technology magic. What is Doom?
Yeah, exactly.
Technology. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
So,
right
but
there,
like,
bro. It's so
it is
interesting.
like right there. It's like there's the layup. There is the layup right there. So like
Like
you probably should be paying attention to the things that are happening in this show, the terminology, the
heavy on the
colors
terminology.
behind the magic and what those
Heavy on
mean.
the
All
colors.
of that.
Yeah, yeah.
All of that. There's a lot of information that's very, very subtle, but it's a lot to look at.
I agree. No, I agree completely. And just to kind of circle back around to uh Rio and what she was kind of talking about, right? Like when she immediately, like at least to capitalize on these supernatural vibes. Like Rio came in this
Mm,
episode and dropped so much supernatural uh words to us, like just so much, like, and it was crazy because if you don't have an understanding of who Rio might be, it's very confusing what she's talking about. But if you kind of
mm,
know
mm,
about comic stuff a little bit and you kind of take the hints, it's like, wait a damn minute, hold on, like, what does she just say? Like, what does this mean? And then you just watch her mannerisms when she does things. It's so wild to see how different everything is. It's just, she's so weird. And I want to talk about her, but I also don't want to spoil anything because I feel like what I think is going to happen. It is exactly what it is. Like I still have seen zero spoilers for this show, but I just
yeah,
feel like I know what, like they spelled it out in this episode, so I don't want to talk too heavy about that thing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I will just say that, she let it be known that her and Agatha got like issues because she had to do something basically that was very bad. She had to do something that was bad for Agatha, and she was not happy about it. We see
Yeah.
Agatha. Okay, this is the thing that stood out to me the most, right? When he is like dying, and he is like on his deathbed, uh she's like, she looks at someone and she says don't, because they're trying to like make a
Right.
joke about something or whatever, and then she just looks at Rio and then she tells her don't. Like it was like a completely different don't, you know what I mean? Those two
Oh yeah,
don'ts
it
were
changed. It
completely
changed.
different
That
from each
vibe
other.
changed.
The vibe
It
changed
changed.
completely, bro.
It got serious. It was
It got
almost like a
hella
begging
serious.
type thing too. It was like pretty please don't. And like
Exactly.
don't what exactly? You over there rubbing your hands together like Birdman. What's going on?
Oh, she was definitely rubbing her hands together like Birdman. No cap. She was over there like, Well,
You
this is
know,
about
and
to
then it
happen.
makes you think
Yeah.
back to the conversation inside the house. She was like, "You get your
Hmm.
powers, I get my bodies." And we was like, "Oh,
Yes.
wait a second.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You
Wait a
know.
second, lady. What you talking about?"
And just to talk about that too, there's a part that's being left out, right? Like if Agatha gets the power, as she says, and then Rio gets the bodies, as she says, where is the
Mhm.
souls going? You know what I mean? What's going on with that?
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like that
see?
gotta be where Mephisto is coming into play at some point, right? Because
Exactly. We've
I
already
mean,
had the name
bro
drop.
loves the
He's here.
souls. Like bro loves souls. Like his whole shtick
That's his
is
currency,
souls.
right?
Yeah,
That's his
exactly.
currency.
Yeah, so it's
You don't
like
move unless souls are involved.
he ain't moving unless he can get a soul out of it, you know? So if this is, and I have no doubt that a witch's soul is probably even more valuable for some reason, you know what I mean? Like a witch's soul probably has
That's
some
a good
different
point.
type of energy or some weird shit because they probably made these deals or whatever the case may be. So uh
Mm.
I could definitely go for that being like his little in to what's happening,
Oh
and
yeah.
then like we get a Avengers Age of Ultron post credit scene type of thing, but it's
Oh yeah.
Mephisto. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of it
Imagine
being Thanos, like grabbing his, we see something very similar. Maybe like where we
we
go.
see Mephisto getting off the throne real quick.
Yes, exactly,
That'd be nuts,
exactly.
dude. And you know
Or
something?
we see the
Okay.
witches actually die, right? And then we see their souls go to Mephisto. Like
Okay.
that would
You
be
see,
some
now,
crazy
now,
shit.
see that you said something that made me think back to something else.
Okay.
So we're talking about souls and
Mm-hmm.
like the cause of things. Remember what Doctor Strange said about magic. There's always a cost.
Ooh,
So if we're
yes.
talking witchcraft and we're talking magic, that like they're basically borrowing against something that they're
Mm.
borrowing against, and who is it that they're borrowing from? Because it comes from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So if they're borrowing against, like, let's say maybe their soul,
Mm-hmm.
who's
Like taking
bartering
their
that?
soul energy. Oh, damn. And
Yeah,
then
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah. Who's
who's the
allowing that
holder
to
of that,
happen?
right?
Yeah, yeah.
There has to be someone
Mm.
that's eating that out, right? So it's like there's these other little things here, these other little threadlings that might give us Big Red. All road leads to Big Red is looking like right now.
All roads lead to Big Red indeed, my guy. That's 100% how
That's
it's
what it's
looking.
looking like right now.
And yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, everyone says that witches are directly tied to the devil anyway, right? Like that, like in real, like that's what people
Right?
say. Like witches are the devil. They get their power from the devil. So I could see,
Right.
get that same thing being the case here, and like do we really think that Mephisto knows nothing about the Witch's Road? Like how did like you know
Exactly.
what I
Like,
mean?
come on,
Like
man. Come on, man.
what
Yeah, you know
happens
Mephisto
if a
acting
witch does
clueless.
die in the Witch's Road? Obviously, well, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but obviously, we know that those bodies are going somewhere. So
Have
the
to.
Witch's Road has to be connected to something else.
Some other
And
realm, right?
yeah, some other realm. Like I would be surprised if we didn't at least see Mephisto's realm in this show. I'll say that.
Would agree with you. I would agree. Like, even if, like you said, like a post credit in some sort
Yeah.
of fashion like that, I think there's two things I think will happen here. One, we get some kind of glimpse of some sort in some way or fashion of Mephisto or whatever he got going on or wherever he's at.
Mm.
Two, I think there's just way too much going on for us not to get another glimpse of Scarlet Witch somewhere. We got
Oh.
too many what's the word I'm looking for? We got too many fake shots kind of going her way, too
Oh.
many
Okay.
fakes
Okay.
happening, too many dry snitching happening in her direction for us not to see something. Like, we literally had her name in the first episode.
Okay. Here.
We've
What
had
about
her
this though?
mentioned.
What if we get a Cathan mention instead?
Ooh,
What if we go like the Chthon route with it instead of going the Scarlet
that
Witch route?
would be crazy.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, what if they don't do Mephisto
Crazy.
and they do Chthon instead on some weird shit? You know,
Oh man, that's that's wild.
that would be wild
That's
because
wild.
they could still do a lot of the same shit, but it just be Chthon instead. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah, they could. They could.
chaos
It's like they
energy.
could
They could
really
do the whole
bring.
Billy thing, the whole Nicholas Scratch stuff kind of vibe. Like they could kind of do all of that, but it
Yes,
just be Chthon.
yeah, they can. They can. He is in the middle of all of that crazy stuff. So wow,
Ooh, that would be and see that's what I'm like, there's so many things that it could like, there's a lot of smoke screens that they're doing.
yeah, they can go so many directions, man. They are really in their bag with this. It's kind of wild. It's kind of
It
wild.
is wild, bro. It's
It's
hella wild.
nuts, man. It's like, yo, like they're leading us down a path, but then they give us a carrot to go down this path. And then there's
Hmm.
another path that's possible if you really think about it. Like there's so much going on, and I love the fact that we can, like they said, theorize about this every week, and then
Hmm.
turn around and see if what we thought is going to play out. It's probably the best part of all of this.
I agree, yo. I agree completely, man. For real. Like, I definitely agree. I think that it's insane that we're able to have. There's so many connections to everything, so many things happening here. I don't like. I just love it. I just love it, bro. I love it. Is there anything else you want to kind of highlight from that episode, possibly?
Let me
Oh, we
see.
did get the relationship
Mm.
confirmed between Rio and Agatha, that they were actually a
Yes,
couple before.
yes,
Like that shit got confirmed. I thought it was about to get
yeah. This
steamy,
is
my guy. I was like,
it got
yeah. I was,
a little spicy in there, man. A little hot, a little
yo,
hot there, you know.
I was
Got a little
like, oh
close.
shit.
Got a little close. It's like,
Like
oh,
the
oh, got some.
chemistry was
And then, because you kind
crazy.
of got that vibe the first
Yeah.
episode where she when we first saw her run up on Agatha, right? It was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, okay, there's something here, and then she licks her hand. You're like, okay, there's definitely
Oh,
something here.
yeah. Damn
Definitely
near
something
licked her,
here, and then like
her
they
hand and
follow
deep
up
throated
on
her
it.
finger. Like, this shit was
I'm
crazy.
just saying, I was like, yo, what kind of show is this? Marvel, Disney. Wait a second now.
What
Listen,
kind of show is
like I know y'all
this?
got this behind a protection
That,
wall, but still,
yeah,
you know, I gotta put my
but
password and PIN number in to get here. But hey, whoa,
right, yeah, because
I
that
didn't
shit
tell me.
was
They didn't tell
definitely
me. We're gonna
spicy. That shit got real spicy. I was like,
go like
oh,
this.
okay.
I think that's gonna play a role going forward too, because
Yeah,
they have a better understanding of each other versus all the other witches out there.
facts. And then also, Rio confirms that Teen is not Agatha's son, and that obviously raises
Oh
questions as to
yeah,
why the hell she would know that. You know what I mean? She's like,
that's
that's
like,
not Nicholas. Like that's not your son. And it's like, what the what? Why do you know? How would you even
two,
know that?
like why? How, first of all, yes. How do you know that? Second of all, how do you know that's what Agatha's trying to find out?
Yes, exactly, bro. Like they're yeah, yeah. Why would you even like? Why would you even say
Like
that?
it's
Like,
more questions. Like, all right, we got an answer, but like now there are more questions than that one answer provided.
yeah. That's such a true point.
Just
And
blew
that's
a
something
monkey
I
wrench and
love
everything.
too.
All right, cool,
It's
but
like
like,
every
wait,
time we get an answer, there's 37 questions that are being raised
we got
in
this
light of it,
so many
bro.
more. It's like, all right, cool. Well, now I'm confused about this. Like, see, and they're playing. It's the game that they're playing, right? It's the episode within the episode. All these subplots happening,
Yeah.
all these stories going on within each other. You're like, dog, you know what? Thought I had it figured out, and then here we go with this.
I know nothing. That's literally how it is. Like by the end of every episode of Agatha, I'm like, okay, well, everything that I thought I knew, I guess I didn't. Like, I guess I just didn't know
And they
what was
just flipped
happening
it.
here.
They just flipped it on his head now. It's like, well,
Yeah.
thanks.
Facts, facts. Oh man, but I think that kind of covers it for Agatha All Along. It was a great episode. Beautiful
Mm-hmm.
song, beautiful moments between characters. A lot of mentions about crazy shit. Like literally, it's insane that this show just has name dropped Mephisto and vampires at just like nothing.
So
Like
casual.
just in casual
It's
conversation.
casual.
Like
Like it's just normal. Like we're just
like
out here kicking it with Mephisto.
yeah, like this nigga just been around the entire show. Like we just been not like that wasn't the first time we've ever had a mention of Mephisto ever. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that had me triggered low key because it was like,
No,
wait a
I was
minute.
kind of pissed about that too. Like, hold on, wait a second. You can't just throw that in there like everybody knew he was
Yeah.
here like that. Like, this is the first time y'all said this dude's name. Y'all can't just throw it in there and keep going. She said it and walked off. You can't drop that kind of bomb and leave.
Why did she say it? And then it seemed like Teen just automatically knew who Mephisto was. Like, is he just a known entity around these parts? Like, bro, I need answers.
Like, oh,
I need
so
so
everybody
many
knows Mephisto
answers.
except us. Okay.
Yeah, that was insane, bro. The show just continues to do wild little things like that, brother. Where it's like, what did he just say? Like, whoa.
Oh no, Jen, come back. What did you say to me?
Yeah, and then
Thank
she
you
had the
for
nerve
who?
to walk
Come back.
away.
No.
She walked away after she
Just
said that
left.
shit.
Just
She's
left.
like, some say that she sold her son to the Darkhold or that he's an agent of Mephisto, and that's just kind of what they talk about. All right, bye. What?
Just left. Like, come back. Come back.
Elaborate. Who is Mephisto?
Let that slide.
How do you know
let it
him?
go too. He just let the shit go too. He didn't even question
Yeah,
it.
and then he pulls him on Agatha like,
Okay.
what happened to your son? Like, what about Mephisto, G? Like, what about...
We just skipped that part.
Bro, are you an agent of Mephisto? Like, what's happening here?
Oh, what?
Bruh, but yeah, yo. I love this show. I can't wait for this week's episode, yo. It's gonna be a good time for sure. For sure. But let us know how you guys feel about Agatha All Along in the comment section down below. Leave all your thoughts, theories, and your questions, and we'll try to get to them if we can.
Kiwi going crazy.
Okay. Now, let's get into the next thing. All right, let's talk about the Penguin episode 3 that just aired yesterday. Have you seen that at this point? Because I know you can check it out live.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I got to it a little later.
Bet.
Couldn't jump in the live chat with everyone, but I got to it.
Yeah,
I know the chat was going crazy for this.
Bro, they were going
I just
crazy.
know y'all was going crazy.
Bro, it was going insane. Everybody was, it was lit up in here. It was lit. It was definitely lit. I loved episode 3 of The Penguin, bro. Like, it was yet another banger episode. I think it was actually, like, I liked episode 3 more than I liked episode 2, and then I like episode 1 the best still. Like, I still think episode 1 is a banger of an episode. Episode 2 was a really solid episode as well, but episode 3, man, I just love the way that we were able to kind of visit with Vic, see his side of things. That's something that I really wanted to see from this episode. I wanted to know more about Vic, where he came from, what type of person he was pre-Penguin. And pre-flood, and we got to get the answers to both of those things. We got to see who he really is, the kind of desires that he has, what he wants, for lack of better words. But we also see that he doesn't really know what he wants as well. We see that he's struggling with the ideologies of his father, while also trying to, be his own person type of vibe. And that's something that I just didn't expect to have so much depth with his character. I didn't expect to go so deep with him and care about, Vic so much, and kind of want Vic to be a badass. Like, I'm rooting for Vic to kind of become a villain, bro. Like, I want him to, I'm ready. Like, I asked at the beginning of the episode, I was like, yo, do y'all think that Vic is going to catch his first body tonight? Like, that was the first question that I asked. And then,
Man.
By the end of the episode, we get our answer, you know what I mean? And it's just,
right?
it just all, it all is a beautiful story for him, because it's that, for like when you look through the lenses of Gotham, there's corrupt politicians, there's corrupt police officers. I don't think we've seen one police officer in this show yet that isn't corrupt, to be completely honest. The first police officer that we saw was a retired police officer because he ended up being a freaking drophead. And then the second police officer that we see, he straight up takes a bribe from a kid. You know what I mean? Like all of that is just wild. So it's like to see that Vic was already talking to his dad and being like, "Don't you want something better than this? Don't you want more than just, you know, the scraps that they decide that you deserve or whatever? Like, don't you want more?" And to know that the Penguin was literally saying the same shit to him as well. So it definitely just it makes me want to see where Vic goes, and you know, he even says in this episode, like, "Yo, I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person." But in the end of the episode, you know, he shows what type of person he really is. You feel me? So I just want to see more of that, man. I want to see more of Vic, and I'm hoping we get to see more of Sophia and Penguin. Their dynamic was amazing in this episode as well. Like, holy shit. Like, I love seeing them playing off of each other's energies and just kind of, you know, picking up where the last one leaves off, and they're just going in and talking, and then they're both lying, and they're both bullshitting, or they're both being honest, or they're both being threatening, or whatever the hell they're doing. They're just feeding off of each other's energy amazingly, and I just hope we get to see more of that too. I thought this episode was a banger from start to finish, man. How did you feel about it?
Man, I share a lot of the same sentiments you just threw out, man. Again with the relationship vibes here, we get to see Oz and Sophia's relationship and how it mirrors him and Vic, and now you get a little bit deeper look into how these things line up parallel to each other, right? You kind of get a sense of a little bit more of why Penguin is kind of going hard for Vic to make his come up, because he was Vic, right? Like, he was Vic at one point.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
very
see
true. Yeah.
the connections there, and it's really really cool. And like you said, like this was like a Victor centric episode. You know, to see the way the flood affected him was just
Facts.
crazy.
That flood
Like
POV
that
was
whole flood
insane.
scene now has a totally different meaning behind it. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
people really got messed up from this thing, right? Like, we only saw it
Hella people
from an
died.
overall standpoint, right? But now with Victor, we were in the middle of it. We were in the middle of all the bombs exploding, the,
Yeah.
the river. Oh man, and then just watching it hit his building with his folk inside.
Yes.
He's on the line trying to call him, and he's watching it happen. Yo, that is absolutely insane, man.
Yeah.
Insane. So we get so much just to start the episode off. Right? That was just the beginning, right?
Facts.
And so like you kind of knew that he had some crazy stuff happening because they alluded to it earlier in earlier episodes.
Yeah.
But to actually see it, man, to actually see how that craziness played out, so that was totally different. And this is why I say watch these 3 episodes and then go back and watch the Batman through the lens of these 3 episodes, right? Because you kind of get a different perspective
Yeah.
of that movie because you're getting it from his side. We got it
Yeah.
from Batman's
That's
POV,
very true.
right? Now we're getting it from the other people of Gotham's POV, mainly these group of characters here. So it kind of forces you to look at it differently, and I encourage, and I think I'll even go do it again and just watch that movie again because now you're looking at it through different lenses, and I
Yeah.
think that's a genius, beautiful, and just amazing that you can create a project that goes hand in hand with something that came before, but it's completely different. Like this stands
Yeah.
on its own, but it also connects to Batman.
That's very true, bro. That's very true, and it's a fantastic blend of both of those things, and even to just kind of capitalize on what you just said too. when it comes to the Penguin, like or this episode of the Penguin versus the Batman, right? You said that it kind of when it comes to like the flooding, right, happening, it's like the Batman gave us like more of that overall view of understanding what's going on, and then this gave us a ground level view, and then but it's like that is so true in the most literal way possible because in the Batman, we're like in the like when we see the floods happening, it's like up in the air from like a helicopter. You know what I mean? Like we're like on a
Yeah, we're
helicopter
not even
almost,
there,
and we're like
right?
looking
We're
down,
safe.
and we have like a full yes, exactly. We're safe. We have a full Gotham
We're safe.
POV of seeing the water coming through. But just like you said, yo, we see it from the eyes of Vic. He's standing
Uh,
right there.
uh,
He's talking to his girl, and then boom, boom, boom.
boom.
The explosions are going off, and then to see that they think that they're fireworks at first, and they're like kind of celebrating, and then another one goes off, and then another one goes off, and they're like, "Oh shit, wait, what?" And then they just see the water slowly going towards his apartment complex, and it's
Dude,
just so sad, man, to just see him like, and
chills,
then you
bro.
see his mom see the water coming, and then she gets up and like tries to run, and then we're in the apartment as the water rushes into the building. It's like, oh
Oh
my
man.
god, bro, it's so much more powerful to get that perspective of damn, people died, one, like a lot of people died. It's not just like,
Yeah.
hey, like, oh no, people are
Like
displaced, like
damn, the
people's
city
homes are
flooded.
ruined. No, 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 no. People are dead. Like people were on the highways, people were driving home from work, like people was doing shit, and they're all dead everywhere. And that shit
A
is
whole new perspective on
insane.
the
A
destruction.
whole new perspective.
Like that kind of
Like
shook me, dude. I was like, oh wow,
me
I didn't
too,
even
bro.
think about it like this. Like, I was shook for a minute. I was like, yo, this is actually insane. This is some crazy shit. Cause now we're watching, like, yo, people lost their lives, bro.
Yo,
People lost
like
their people didn't just lose their homes or their no, no, no. There are people
exactly.
that are not existing anymore because of what Riddler did. And now you're seeing exactly the ramifications of it. Like,
Hmm.
whoa, whoa. Like it got really real
And
for a
then we
second.
even got to see even more ramifications later on in the episode once they start introducing this new drug, right? Like, so, like, when, like, just to talk about the drug a little bit, we obviously know that Penguin killed, I can't think of Brud's name, but he killed
Oh,
the
Al,
son,
Alberto.
Alberto. Yeah, he killed Alberto Falcone for making fun of him, all this stuff. He heard about the drug that he was talking about. He tried to push the drug off for his own, you know what I mean? He tried to do all this stuff. Sophia comes in, finds out that he knows about the drug. Now we see in this episode she's trying to bring him onto the drug trade, and we find out that the entire operation is actually Sophia's. It's not her brother's at all. Like she basically just told him about it, and she's really the one that's running all the
Crazy.
things, which was that was a wild thing to see. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that.
Wasn't ready for
It threw
that.
me for a
Wasn't ready
loop,
for that.
but it made a lot of sense, right? And the reason why it does make sense is because this drug is something that they used in Arkham in order to sedate patients, which is insane. Which is insane. Like that is just wild, bro. Like I don't know what they were thinking to like that's a wild thing to do, and I don't know how she got it either. Like all of that is just so many there's just obviously so many questions that's raised from that. But Penguin ends up calling this drug bliss. They end up trying to, they end up becoming like what like goody goody with the triad or whatever after talking about it and so on and so forth. But when she's in the club and they're doing their trial run for Bliss, and she's talking to the triad boss, she's like, the people of Gotham have been through a tragedy, and all they want is a way to escape. The people here are partying because of the pain that they're feeling. They just want to feel happy. They just want that sense of bliss. And that is why this drug will go so rampantly, because of how fractured this city is already. And it's like, damn, bro, like why would you even do that? You know what I mean? Like why would you do that to people that are in such a fragile state? Like literally, it's like It's literally like a crack epidemic, for real. Like, to be completely honest, it's like, bro, let's just flood the streets with this substance, yo, in these neighborhoods that we already know are going through it. Like, they're already struggling. They're gonna want to escape more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that was wild, bro, and it definitely gave a completely different feel for what happened in Gotham, because it's like, oh yeah, all of these people probably lost families and friends and jobs and everything. So yeah, I can kind of see them just wanting to party and not wanting to think about the freaking psychopath that just destroyed Gotham in a night, basically. Like, it just in one night, they just ruined everything. And then we see from Vic's POV him having PTSD about the flooding. Like, oh, bruh, what a crazy way to zero in on that. You know what I mean? Like, the lights turn on, and then it triggers him to remember those explosions that he seen that night, and then immediately he's back there again, and then the water's flooding, and then everything starts going on around him the same way. And then what a beautiful touch was it to have the ground shaking the same, and then to see the Bliss also shaking on the ground with the rocks and the other pebbles that were there before. It's like, bro, this shit is just, yeah, bro, it's nuts. That's the best way to say it. It's nuts, man. Like, they're cooking with this show on every aspect that they possibly could.
Yeah, like it was powerful in a lot of ways, right? It was like that whole scene, the way he laid out that whole scene with how she's explaining what's happening to the people of Gotham City. Beautiful, right? She's like, yo, these people have lost everything. They're just trying to escape. They want that bliss. It's like that, yo, that would have sold me. All right,
Facts.
Hey, let's do business. Hey, you know what? Hey, you just spit some real right there, my girl. Hey, set me up. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Like, the way she sold it, man, it was perfect. And then, like you said with Vic, the PTSD, because it's like, yo, that was traumatic.
Hella traumatic.
Like, you don't just recover from that, man. You don't just you're not okay. You're not okay for something like that. And then you see he's not okay. It just took the right trigger. Not okay. He was like, yo, man, I can't do this. It's not something for me. It's way too much high stress, a lot of craziness, loud music pumping loud, but the lights are flashing, people bumping into me. I can't do this.
For real, bro.
But it was just wild how just powerful Colin Farrell is,
oh my god,
Penguin, and then how powerful the scenes with Sophia were. Like, they everyone had their moments this episode, right? Like, it was a big episode. Everyone still had their moments where they just were shining so brightly with just the dialogue. The writing on this show, man, it is top tier. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat just listening, hanging off of every word being said. I'm like, yo, they are spitting right now. And the way Penguin talked to Vic in the bathroom, like, hey, man, I'm not keeping you here.
Oh my god, bro! You think I'm holding you hostage? You think I got a gun to your head? No, this is me having a gun to your head, bro. This is how you feel.
This is me with a gun to your head. Bro, you could have left whenever you felt like it, dog. I'm not keeping you. You stayed. You chose to stay.
Facts. And then you also accepted the money, bro. Don't act like I didn't just pay you a band today for your work, G. I gave you new clothes. I'm paying you. I'm bringing the chicks around, G. What are you talking about? You held hostage, bro.
If this girl offers some money too, hey, come on,
bro. You're eating good. They was at a 5-star restaurant earlier that day. You feel me? Like, let's not pretend, bro. But again, it's just tackling. It's tackling Vic as a character. Like, bro, who are you though? Also, right? Like, who are you? Are you that kid that your dad wanted you to be? Like, that's really the question that was raised to him, right? And it's like, on one hand, there's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? But You said, you know what I mean? And that's what I love. It's like, bro, you said to your dad you wanted something better. This is us getting something better, bro. You don't, the American dream is a lie, bro. Like, that shit is a farce, my guy. Like, that, like, get over that, bro. America is about taking the shit that you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
But
bro's going
like we
in.
said last time, it's all about him teaching Vic,
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, this is what real life is, my guy. This
Yeah.
is what it's like being down here on this side of it, right? Like, yeah, your daddy worked his ass off, and what did he have for it? It's not right. It's not right that he put in all that work
And
and
got
then left
nothing to
with
show.
nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm gonna show you how to put in that work and get what you deserve. You gotta take what you deserve. We're gonna put that work in still, but we're gonna take what's ours. And it's kind of
Facts.
a teaching moment once again from Penguin to Vic, like it was before. It's like, hey, when you mess up, this is what happens. It's like you have a choice. But when you
Truth.
make a choice, this is what happens. So you got to see, once again, it kind of learning on the fly, right? Trial by fire. That's what we're on with Vic. So we get all that. So he tries to live that life. You know, I'm out, dip out with my girl. You know what I mean? I'm gone. We just gonna hit on this bus. We get out of Gotham. Nothing in Gotham for me. And we get there, and he's like, maybe not. Maybe I am about that life.
the
Maybe I
thing
am
that I
about that life.
love, the thing that I love, right, is he made that decision before he even got to the bus station. He
Oh,
made that
facts.
decision the moment he stole Penguin's car. You
The
know,
moment he
like
took the
like
car,
the moment he stole that car from Penguin and was just about to take it, it's like, bruh, you're showing that you want more. You feel me? Like you
mm-hmm,
don't want the you
mm-hmm.
because if you didn't, you would have just walked your happy ass to the bus station. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? But
you would
no,
text her,
you're
wait for
not gonna
me.
do that because it's gonna take
Nah,
too long, and you got some shit to
he could
do,
have texted her
and
at any
you
time,
see
right? He could have
something
called her.
more. You feel me? Like,
Right.
I just
Look,
love it.
anytime after that conversation with Penguin, he could have got on the line and hit her up. Hey, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. He didn't do any of that. He hopped in the
Nope.
car. He hesitated before he got in the car, number one.
Facts.
Then he got in the car and drove over
And
there and
he
didn't even get out the
hesitated
car.
more to get in that car than he did to run that dude over at the end of the episode.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. That wasn't even, he didn't even think about that one.
He
That was,
looked over there and he was like, "Oh
he
shit,
was,
bro,
oh,
buckled up,"
oh,
and he,
hey, hey,
yeah,
hey, man. Yeah,
like,
he did the math real quick on that one. He's like, hey, homie in trouble. Let me, what's up, man? So yeah, like you said, he made that decision way before he got there. He already knew. As soon as he got in that car, he knew he wasn't gonna get out.
I like that. Yeah, facts. That's a fact, bro. As soon as he
He knew.
got in that car,
He
he
knew.
knew he wasn't good now. For real.
He wasn't getting out.
It was real.
Wow, bro. And then that's how they ended the episode too. I was like, yo,
Yes, that
that's
was.
crazy.
He was like, I knew you'd come back, Vic. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
We're in
hell
it
yeah,
now,
Vic.
baby.
Hell
We're in
yeah.
it now. And it's like, and then Vic, and then you just see
He
Vic,
was
and he's
hyped,
like,
bro.
bro, what the hell am I even doing here? You
He
know what
still
I
shook,
mean?
bro. He got a concussion and everything, dog.
Yo, and something that stood out to me, or something that I at least like appreciated them putting in the episode, is the fact that Vic also had his stutter pre-flood, right? Because I kind of thought
Yes. Yes.
maybe that was because of the flood. Like, that's kind of what I was thinking at first. It was like maybe because all of the trauma that happened, it caused him to be like, to
Mm-hmm.
kind of, cause him to, because traumatic shit can change a person on a on every level possible.
Oh
You
yeah.
could never you could be a completely
Oh
different
yeah.
person off of something that traumatic, especially. And but nah, he always he always had those like kind of those speech impediment problems, and I like seeing him have those moments where something that really I pay attention to are the moments where he's not stuttering, you know Like the moments where he doesn't stutter as much, it's like he's not nervous. He's feeling a little bit more comfortable, and they happen every once in a while. You know what I mean? Where he'll talk for a minute and he'll just be smooth
Mm-hmm,
with it,
mm-hmm.
and I'd be like, okay. And then in a lot of those moments, it's once he has made those kind of decisions, or he's made those, he's made those. I guess decisions is the best word to just go with. He's made the decision to kind of take that certain
Yeah,
stance with it, and I just really appreciate it. I just freaking love it, man. I think they do a fantastic job circling everything around when it comes to the Penguin, giving us a lot of foreshadowing in previous episodes as well as in the current episode. So when we end it, it's like you can watch every episode of the Penguin again and see a completely different perspective. I said this during the watch party. It's very similar to how it was with the Batman, right? Like you could watch the Batman and see something different every time, like legit every time you watch it. I mean, they even showed what's his name? They showed that the Riddler was like upstairs in the window right there by the ice lounge, you know what I mean,
Really?
before he shoots
Yeah,
Falcone. Like way before you see him shoot Falcone from that window, he's already there. You can see him earlier in the movie, like chilling in the window and watching some shit go by. And there are moments like that in this show as well. Like I feel like we would be able to go back to the beginning of this episode and possibly see some of the Maroni goons that we saw in the restaurant that one time, possibly watching him in certain
yeah,
areas. You know what I mean? Like if you watch it again with like a fine
yeah.
tooth comb, you might be able to see like a car somewhere, and it's like, oh shit, people are in that car watching him, or oh shit, there's something going on here. That's just the vibe that it gives off because it's so well constructed that everything is a callback. Especially with a character like Sophia who forgets nothing that is said, so she's always calling back to other things that are happening too. It's just a fantastic. It's like you said, it's just a really well written show all the way around.
Right. Something else I want to point out. Something else I want to point out. It kind of got overshadowed in all the chaos at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Penguin and Sophia were kind of starting to get on some level
Oh
footing a little bit before that situation happened. Remember,
mm-hmm.
the last thing she said was, "How can I trust you?" And he was like, "Just let
Let
me
me
keep
show you
showing you
how.
how." And
Yeah.
then that
And
happened,
then the
and he
Maronis
left
pull
her.
up and they're like, yo, we know what you've been up to,
We've been
Penguin.
watching
We've
you.
been watching you. You betrayed
And
us.
she's like,
And then
"What?" The way
and
she looked at
then
him,
they
she's like, "Oh, word."
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Then
and
then they pulled off, and Vic's like, "What about Sophia?" He's like, "Fuck it, leave her." Bro,
that
you just said. Like,
had me
bro, you just
rolling, bro.
said.
It had me rolling how fast he just
I'm like,
switches on something,
dang.
bro. He will switch
So like
on some
5 minutes
shit
ago,
quick.
just 5 minutes ago, he was like, "Hey, it's all good, Sophia. Let me show you that you can trust me." And then
Leave the
5 minutes
bitch.
later, hey, yo, leave her. Leave her. I was like, "Hey, this is wild, bro. This is gonna be
Nah,
crazy for
that
him
shit
next
was
episode."
diabolical, bro.
Just left. I like, oh
Yeah.
nah, they just left her there with the chaos, bro.
And
Damn.
that was super interesting to me as well. I'm like, okay, so what happens now is Penguin's whole ruse over?
Mm.
Is the Maronis gonna tell her everything? Because they obviously left her there with them, so they're probably gonna kidnap her on some gangster shit, right? And then it's very possible that Mama Maroni is gonna tell Sophia Falcone everything that's going on and be
Uh-huh.
like, yo, Penguin ain't shit or whatever. And because he's been playing you, he killed your brother. All of the shit can just kind of crumble. You know what I mean? At that point, or the Penguin could put in a rescue and go pull up and smack everybody and rescue Sophia, solidifying her trust. You know what I mean?
That
It could
would
go
be a
either
cool
way.
twist too. You pull back up and like be the hero
He
for her
pulled back
for a
up and
bit.
just start knocking shit down and like, all right, we
You
gotta
know
go
what I mean?
save
Like,
Sophia. You know what I mean? Like, that would
but
be
it's
dope.
crazy because we just developed we just realized that there is a deeper connection between them, even more
Yeah.
so than Driver and Gangster, right? It was
Which is
like, nah,
something
they
we
were like
didn't
legit
know.
friends at some
We did
point.
not know that he was her
Exactly.
driver. We did not know any of
We
that.
didn't know.
And
Exactly. It was like, dang, they were actually like legit friends. Like she,
but
at one point, he may have been like the only one in her corner, and
and
then
not only
whatever
that,
they had him do to her to
yo,
get
like
her
he
locked away.
betrayed her
You know what I'm saying?
basically. That's also
Yeah,
that
but it
was a
sounds
huge
like
reveal.
a huge one. Tell her what you did. You know what I mean? Then like the crazy part is, it sounded like it came from up top. It
Yeah,
sounded like Penguin was told, "Hey, we're going to do this. Sophia's going to take the fall for whatever it was, and we're going to be
yeah.
done with it. You in? If you do
Hmm.
it, you get all of this. You get all of this. You get all of this. You get all of this." And he was like, "Hey, yo, I'm in." He got what he got. Like you said, he don't regret what he got.
But he did say, he said, "I how was I supposed to know that your dad would send you to Arkham? You know, you're his own flesh and
There,
blood." So that's where there's a little
right there,
betrayal that's coming in there too. It's like, okay, so
right there.
what? Like what happened? And he definitely went the length to say, "I'm not a rat." You know what I mean? So it's like
Exactly.
if that's the case, then he didn't snitch on her about nothing that was going on. You know, da 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 da. So what was really going on here?
Right. There is more at play here. There is more
Hmm.
at play, and that's a piece of information I think will prove to be extremely important going forward. Because you know how resourceful
Mm.
Penguin has been thus far.
Yeah, truth.
If there's anybody that's going to find, or we might see Detective Drophead over here come back into the scene to do something. So
Detective
I think
Drophead's crazy.
Detective Drophead, man. But yeah, that's the piece of information that was thrown out at us in the episode, almost in passing, right? You kind of had to be listening to
Yep.
catch it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's an important piece of information because it's missing. There's some missing there that's really important. There's some missing there that's really important to what actually happened with Sophia and how it went from Oz doing whatever he had to do to Sophia actually getting thrown into Arkham. So,
Yeah.
whew, it's
Facts.
a lot. It's a lot.
Crazy. Crazy, bro. Crazy. And then he's like, yo, you think I regret where I'm at now? Hell no, I don't. I could never be somewhere like
Hell
this.
no, what you talking about? I got my
He's like,
own
bro, I'm
thing
up.
going.
He said, I'm up right now, yo. What do you mean? I came from
Listen, I got
nothing
a
and I'm
house, I got a car, I
up.
got a job. What you talking about?
Bro, I'm able to pay my mama's rent. You feel me? Like, what do you mean? Bro, it's feeling like that guy, bro.
I am
Man.
him. What you mean?
Okay, so my final question. Here's my final question. Going, and then we can move on to the next thing. Do you think? Okay, well, this is what I'll preface this question first, right? I feel like
Okay.
the Bliss is going to be our quote unquote comic booky thing of this show, right? Meaning, I think this
Yes.
I said it before that I feel like the Bliss is going to be like scarecrow toxin or some shit like that, and it's gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's going to get comic booky. I don't know if everyone's gonna become zombies necessarily or anything like that. I just feel like it's gonna be the thing to take this show to that weird superhero vibe that we're kind of waiting for in a way. Do you feel that same way, or do you think it's just gonna be a
Yeah,
drug?
I totally agree. I totally
Okay,
agree.
okay,
For because of the details in which Sophia laid out about how it
yeah.
was used to kind
Mm-hmm.
of control everyone in Arkham, right? Like it made them happy, it made them calm and docile and easy to
Mm-hmm.
control. It made them forget about everything that had going on there while they were even there in the first place. So I think that is like our caveat right there. That's how we're going to be able to do almost whatever we want with that particular aspect, right? You can go and do anything you want. Cause I mean, they're mass producing it now. You know what I'm saying? Because she obviously
Mm-hmm.
got to connect in Arkham because clearly she was in Arkham,
Yep.
and so like she wasn't just on no crazy shit while she was there. She was plotting. She was plotting the whole time she was
Straight
there. So
plotting.
you know, so I mean, yeah, I agree. This is going to be our thing that kind of gets us up off the ground level a little bit.
Do you think Bliss shows up in Batman 2?
I do think so. Now that we got it, now that we know what it can do, now that it's almost like it feels like an early strand of the fear toxin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Feels like something that's not quite perfected yet. They're still trying to
Like the
figure it
fear
out.
toxin without the Joker toxin component yet, or
Yeah,
whatever. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they haven't figured it out just yet, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to take a Jonathan Crane to figure it out, a Jeremiah Crane to figure it out, someone who's actually like
Mm,
a super chemist to get hold of this thing and to really bring out the potential nature of it. So I think this
yeah.
here, the ability to escape and forget and just be on a nice level, they got it at a nice, a pretty docile dosage, right?
Yeah.
And that's easy if you're just pushing drugs, but there's always that guy that takes something that's meant to be this and turn it into that. I think
That's
we
such a
are getting our
fact.
baby steps towards that.
I agree, man. I think it's very possible, and I kind of feel like her therapist is kind of the dude to do that, right? I mean,
Oh,
her
I
therapist,
forgot about
first and
him.
foremost, that dude is not an actor that you kind of just have as a throwaway guy. You know what I mean? Like, he was super
Exactly.
big on Sons of Anarchy.
Exactly.
He was also really big in
He
the Luke
was.
Cage show. He was, he was
Luke
Bruh's right
Cage.
hand
Yep.
man,
Yep.
right? So I feel like
Yep.
he
Yep.
has, and he was also hypnotizing her with the red lights. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm, mm,
a lot of that is connected, bro.
mm.
I don't know. And the red lights, the bliss is red. I don't know, bro. It just made
Yeah.
it just seemed
Too much.
weird.
It's too many
And then
coincidences. Too many
if
coincidences, right?
if if it's possible that uh our guy Vic possibly got a hit of bliss on accident, and that's why his PTSD shit went crazy rampant to the umpteenth degree, like it
Oh,
did.
bro.
You know what I mean? If we
Bro.
look back at the vision dream that Sophia had, and look at how that dream kind of happened and how things were like moving
Oh,
in and moving out, it
shit.
kind
I
of happened the
forgot about
same
that
way.
dream.
Her dream and his PTSD, they kind of have the same type of layout as how things happen around him. So
Oh.
I don't know if there's actually a connection there, but it definitely stood out to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are definitely points of interest for real. And I forgot all about Sophia's dream when she woke up out her sleep and realized
Mm-hmm.
she scratches herself and shit. Yo, I forgot all about that. Yo, good, good.
So that's definitely why I'm like, it threw me off a little bit too, because I was like, okay, so is Bruh high right now? And then, but he's not. It was like, okay, he's obviously not high, because you see everyone else around him
Right.
that's high, right? And they're tripping balls. Like everyone else around him is
Oh
tripping
yeah,
balls.
they're over there. They're lit.
But it just seems so similar to how Sophia Falcone's dream shit went. It was wild. It was
I
wild.
forgot all
And then she
about
had
her
like a whole.
dream. You are
She's had like
absolutely
two
correct.
dreams. Like she had that one dream, and
Uh-huh.
then she had the other one when she was in the therapist office, and then bro like holds her
Yep.
afterwards. You know what I mean? Like she
Yep.
has two different like
Yep.
psycho breaking thing or something. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's just yeah, it's just too much now. It's too much now after breaking that down. There's too much, man. I can't see them not at some point bringing this around to Scarecrow
Yeah.
Toxin. I can't see them not doing it. And
Right.
this would be
Right.
an awesome way to do it too.
It's a
This would be an
perfect
awesome way to do
way,
it
bro. Like it's a
because
crazy
there's just too many
segue.
things that connect right now. We are. Listen, you people, viewers, we are all about the breadcrumbs here. Okay,
Oh yeah.
we are all about the breadcrumbs here, and right now it's hella breadcrumbs. I'm talking about you throw the loaf of bread at the park, and all the ducks and geese comes chasing your breadcrumbs. That's where we are with this. Okay, that's
For
where
real,
we
for
are.
real.
I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that.
For real. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And then bro gives kind of I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I think last week I said it's possible that he could be like like he could be Scarecrow and we just don't know it yet. I mean, he could also be
Mm-hmm.
like like a different version of Hugo Strange. You know what I mean?
Hugo. Yep. Yep.
Like there's a
Yep.
there's a lot of shit here, and he kind of has that Hugo look. Like, put a beard on, bruh, and tell me he couldn't look like
Yeah,
Hugo
throw a beard and
Strange.
some
You know what I'm
glasses. We
saying?
got him.
Exactly. Uh, throw a beard and some glasses, and it's him. But yeah, okay. So I'm happy. I'm happy we're kind of on the same page with that. That shit being like
Oh
the
yeah.
comic book thing
Hell
that's
yeah.
about to happen next, for real, because it
That's
definitely
nuts, bro.
feels that way.
That's nuts.
But let us know how you guys feel about the Penguin, about the Batman, about these theories and these things that we have brought up today. Do you guys have any thoughts, opinions, or questions about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay. All right. All right. Yo, we yapping today, ain't we, my guy? Let's go.
That is crazy, dude.
What?
I'm still tripping off of that. I'm still tripping off of that. That's wild. I forgot about her dreams. That connects it all for me. Shoot.
Right? That was the thing that connected it for me too. I was like, I don't know, G. Like, when that, because it wasn't just his vision thing. It was the way that it happened. Like, pieces of
Mhm.
shit that was around him like disappeared and then came into frame, and it was the same shit that happened with her dream. Like, legit. Like, I was like, bro, because it made me think of, it made me speak again, it made me think of Mysterio in Spider-Man the same way her dream did. That's
Yep.
why it all hit for me, because I was like, wait, I was like, bro, nah, that has to be some, like, that gotta be some shit happening, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is an interesting way for a quote unquote dream to happen. Like, nah, bro, that's induced, you know? That is induced by something, bro. Like, that is a hallucination, my G. And it
Yeah.
definitely
That's that's
was.
that's way deeper than a dream, bro. That's way
Yeah.
deeper. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm interested,
That does
man.
it right there.
Like, what happens if someone that is filled with like anxiety or something like that takes bliss? Like, does it not become bliss anymore?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, is there, like, every drug has a negative effect to it. That's just how it works. Like,
Right.
what is that downfall? What is that give that it takes from? So I'm super, I really hope that it does go back to Scarecrow or some shit like that, because it's just,
Yeah. That'll be such a dope way to bring in another villain
bro,
too.
like, cuz I've heard
That
a
would be
lot of stuff
such a
about,
dope way.
what's his name? Not Iceman, Mr. Freeze kind of being the villain, you know? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens from this show. You know, that's that's my whole thing. Is like everything that I've heard is supposed to be, this show goes into the Batman too. Like, nothing about this shit is
Mhm.
screaming. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Freeze, or we ain't even seen an ice freezer, my guy. Like, you know, like, we ain't even seen a cold drink. We ain't seen an ice cube.
Ain't even
Like,
been
bro,
cold in Gotham yet. We still in the summertime.
you know, so I don't, you know, so I hope that they circle it around some way. I mean, next week is going to be the halfway point for the series, because there's
But
only
yeah,
8
we should
episodes.
see something
So we got
something
to get
of
like a,
significant change happen next week
yeah,
for sure.
exactly,
Something
that
that
big
kind of changes the
answer.
tide one way or the other.
Mhm. I
Oh
agree.
man, oh they're cooking.
Brother cooking.
God, they're cooking.
Yeah, they're cooking.
Holy
It's kind of
crap, man!
crazy.
You guys,
It's kind of crazy.
out to England. Man, what a
um
team they got going right now.
For real. It's wild, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm in disbelief, high key. Okay, bro. Let's move along. We're getting close to that time. Uh, let's talk about Amadeus Cho, my guy, because this is something
Oh
that I don't
man,
even know anything about that was going on. I didn't even see that post until you said something today when we were talking about what we were going to talk about today. And then I went and looked at the shit you put in there, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Wait a minute, what is happening here?" I didn't even know. Legit, I was surprised, bro. So let's talk
Yeah,
about it,
man.
man. Bring me up on game. What's going on?
Let's do it. All right. So the news has dropped that we have our actor cast for the character Amadeus Cho, aka the totally awesome Hulk, aka Braun,
Uh huh.
Brawn, because obviously, um, this guy here, he super smart kid who tried to rid Banner of his gamma to save his life, but it didn't work out the way he expected it to because comic books. So he himself ended up absorbing all the gamma and became a Hulk as well. So now, and then obviously Banner is the Hulk. So they just added another Hulk to the rank of Hulks that are out there, right?
Okay.
He's like I said, super smart kid, but he's like very lighthearted. He's able to control his Hulk, right? He can go back and forth as
Oh, like
he
She-Hulk, low
wills.
key.
Yeah, like She-Hulk. He's basically like that, just like funnier and more lighthearted and
That's dope.
um yeah, he runs and works because right now you're starting to see the younger generation of heroes make their way to the screen, right? We got Kamala who's trying to recruit everybody.
Yeah.
We saw Cassie Lang, Kate Bishop, Elijah Bradley. We're getting all of these. We saw all Teen Loki in the Loki series. We
Oh, that's
got
right.
basically we have the entire Younger Avengers team like already in existence for the most part
Yeah.
in the MCU. And then Amadeus Cho is an Asian descent, and he also becomes part of an Asian superhero team called the Agents of Atlas, which is led and recruited by Jimmy Woo.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a lot of stuff going on here. We got two teams at play, and since we're speaking in the Asian community, we are looking at like Shang-Chi 2, where we would see something like a Jimmy Woo pull up trying to
Oh.
recruit for this new team, right? Because,
Okay.
where else is he going to start?
Yeah. Yeah.
So start
Yeah.
putting together this, it's basically like his own little mini Avengers team of all these different Asian characters that have powers, metahumans, and all that stuff.
Oh
And
wow.
they go around and, take on issues on that side of the world. So there's a lot of cool stuff they can do here, a lot of cool places they can go. And the interesting thing about Cho is I think it was Iron Man 2. Was it whichever one he made Ultron? Where we were setting up for Ultron.
Uh huh.
Um
I think
his
that's two.
mother was actually one of the scientists on the staff with Stark.
What?
Her name badge, her name badge had Cho on it. It may have been Age of Ultron, honestly.
Oh.
The name badge had Cho on it.
Wow.
Super deep cut, and it was enough time for you to catch it, but they didn't put too much energy and focus on her. But she
Wow.
is there. Go back and watch it. You'll see it clear as day. It says Cho on her name badge. I was like, oh well, cool. Maybe we'll get Amadeus Cho. It took 15 years, but whatever. Here we are. But with that being said, even if we go to the date year wise, it kind of makes sense with him being where he is age wise.
Oh,
So it
okay.
all works out. He's like a teen superhero. We're kind of in that range, right? I
Yeah.
think the kid's name is Logan Kim. He was in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Logan
I
Kim.
think most
Okay.
recently anyway. But yeah, he is our Amadeus Cho. So we are in for some more Hulks. And as we get closer to Secret Wars, and we're expecting to see World War Hulk soon, you might see Cho pop up in somebody's post credit here in the next few movies.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So like they're really trying to. It looks like I know everybody, me included. We feel kind of shorted with what we got with Hulk. You know,
Hell yeah.
with Banner. So it's like this is almost like them riding the ship because all we need now is for Banner to go berserk. So we need Savage Hulk to pull up. And once Savage Hulk pulls up, man, we got everybody we need. He's already got his son. We
Yep.
got She-Hulk out here. We just saw Red Hood. So
Yep.
he's coming in Brave New World.
Mm-hmm.
Show is
And
next, but
do you
you know what I
see an
mean. So
Agents
that's
of
all.
Smash
That's really all
happening?
we were missing.
Do you see something like that going on in the future, like Agents of Smash?
Oh, that you know, it depends. I don't know how long they plan on keeping Banner around.
Oh, okay, okay. I
He
see what
would
you.
have to transition. I think he would transition as well to the the other side of things.
Yeah, but
But
I mean, they could definitely throw his
that would
son
be
as the
interesting.
leader there instead, or
They
something. You
could,
know what
yeah.
I mean? And
Scar could be that guy. He could. You're absolutely right. So he could
or
the
even throw
passing of the
She-Hulk
torch
as the
almost.
leader of the team. You know, I
Cousin,
could
yeah,
actually see
cousin.
that
Yeah.
happening. You know,
That would be fun. That would be fun. Give She-Hulk a little bit more shine. Like
She-Hulk,
people, because I don't
Abomination,
think she got
Red
a first shot
Hulk,
on her
like
show. I don't think she got a first shot. And I think if we get a
bruh.
little bit more,
None of the
we get a little
female
bit more
nothing is
She-Hulk.
having a fair shot, but that's another conversation for another day.
Yeah,
You
that's
feel me?
facts. That's facts. They're not ready for that one, though. They're not ready
They
for
ain't
that
ready
one.
for that one, G.
They're not ready for
They-
that one.
I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, bro, what? Like people's
Oh, it's
hate, but
crazy.
again,
Wow,
people hating on Agatha. I'm like, when have lesbian witches been a bad thing, y'all? Like, what are we
I'm
doing right now?
saying, like, y'all
Like,
ain't seen them scenes. That was kind of,
like
it was kind of wild. We rocking with that, bro.
what are we
Was,
doing?
hey, man,
How far
y'all
the
just mad
mighty
for the
have
sake of it,
fallen,
man.
yo? Like y'all out here
People just,
tweaking,
people are just bored, man. They want something to be mad at. They don't know how to
man.
be happy. They have nice things.
Can't have nice things, but
They
I'm
have
hyped
nice.
for
I'll
Agents
be
of
positive.
Atlas.
Nice things.
Oh my
Please. Come on, God. Enjoy stuff. Be happy, bro. Like, come on. When you gonna see
Bruh,
something like this again?
never.
Insane.
But Agents of Atlas is I think that would be dope. That's a dope direction to go. I mean, we have two directions to go with him, like we talked, like you said. You know, we can go the Young Avenger role,
Yeah.
or we can go the Agents of Atlas role, or we can like see him and try to bring him on to the Agents of Atlas and be like, ah, bro, you're too young. Put you on the Young Avengers or
You're
something
right.
like that. You know what I mean? Something like that could go down. And what's bro's name? What's bro's name? That's putting the team together.
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah, Jimmy Woo, bro.
Yeah, Jimmy Woo.
He needs
He's
way
already
more
hilarious.
shine, bro. Like he just
Ah,
needs
yeah.
more. I
Yeah.
want to see him way more.
We need
I'm
more. We need
happy
more
that
around
we
the
got
park.
to see him more already. Like we got to see him more. They started sprinkling him a little bit of everywhere. You know, putting him in Ant-Man, throwing him in WandaVision. You know, and then we got
Back.
Wong thrown in a lot of stuff too. Like it was just dope. It's dope to see a lot
Oh
of these
yeah.
characters be able to exist in the MCU proper in more ways than one. And I would love to see him put this
Mm-hmm.
team together, and I would love to see him kind of even, talk to Shang-Chi. And I hope that this stuff really goes, like, happens, like, the way that it's supposed to. I don't know where the hell we could see him show up as far as, Amadeus Cho right now. Like I don't know. Like are they casting specifically for Agents of Atlas? Is that what he got cast for, or do we not know what he's cast for? And this is just an
No, we don't
announcement
know
that's
yet.
going
We
out.
don't know yet.
Okay.
I would say a way to bring him in, that just have him pop up somewhere, just show him.
Okay.
Give it ain't even got to be anything serious. Just be like,
Bruh gonna pull up in
since
Cap 4, bruh. Watch. He gonna pull up
yeah,
in
like
Cap
something like
4,
that,
bro.
because like we already got Red Hulk. Like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be that far out of left field to show another Hulk.
Yeah. I'm
We
surprised
got one
Hulk's not
already.
pulling up in this, right? Like, I
Yeah,
would.
so
I hope he does, because it's wild for him not to if he doesn't, right? Like, I mean, he pulled up for She-Hulk,
clearly they're
right?
mortal enemies.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, so it's like he would
right.
pull up for any Hulk anything. Hulk is gonna pull up. Like if someone is
You
like
have to
him,
have
he's
Hulk
gonna
do
be
it.
like, "Whoa, bro! I cannot let anybody else have this type of power out here and just be okay with it. Like
Exactly.
I gotta go get him. I gotta go talk to him. You know, that gotta be one of the reasons why he went and got his son too. Like, bro, what? I got a son that's a Hulk, bro.
That,
I gotta go get him. You know,
that,
like
that
there's a
man
lot
hopped on a
out here.
spaceship and went back, bro. That's how serious it is. He hopped on a whole spaceship and went back. He went back in space where we found that dude. We went there to go get him off the planet. Like, bro, you gotta come back with us. You gotta come back with us, dog. What are you doing out here, man? Chill out.
For
He's like,
real.
hey, I gotta go back. Huh? What do you mean you gotta hop in? Well, you just got a spaceship just chilling? You just gonna hop back on and fly? So, like, that's how serious it is. So there would be it would make total sense
Mm-hmm.
for him or a Hulk in general, period, just to pull up on Red Hulk. Because bro, we can't just have you out here just out here all red and breaking shit. Like we already got somebody
Oh,
that's breaking shit. We just got that dude under control. We just got that dude under control. We
dead
can't
ass
have
though.
another one of you out here. We can't have another one. Come on, man, stop playing.
Yeah, that's just gonna be crazy, bro. That's just gonna be crazy. I'm so ready for whatever he shows
Big
up in.
facts.
I mean, I'll probably do like a separate dedicated video to like Agents of Atlas or something, just to
That'll be
kind
dope.
of give a breakdown of who those like who the team is, who the characters are, and then I'll wrap that into my guy Amadeus Cho and Logan Kim, the actor that is possibly being cast as it. So I'm hype, yo. I'm hype. I really want to see some Young Avengers stuff go down. To be completely
Oh
honest, I
yeah.
feel like I need Young Avengers stuff in my life for sure, for sure.
It feels like we're like on the edge. We're like so close to it now, right? Now we're messing
Yeah.
around with the Wanda's kids. We got
Mm-hmm.
a potential Billy on the way right here that we're looking at. If there's a Billy, then we gotta go find Tommy.
Yep.
And we know with Vision Quest that we're dealing with more of that stuff. So like we're not done with Agatha and Teen at all, right? We got
Yeah.
more. There's one. There's got to be another. So then at some point we're gonna have to link with Kamala and see where she is with her recruitment and find who all has said yes to her. So yeah, I feel like we are really close to getting what we all are expecting.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be fun to watch it play out.
I agree. I think it's gonna be hella fun. I think it would be dope to see Agatha like take on that nanny role in Vision Quest
Yeah,
with his family.
that
That
would
would
be
be,
cool as hell.
that would be cool, bro. Like that would be
Because if you
so
think
cool.
about it, the way he's kind of showing that ability
Yeah,
to
that
to to,
motherly,
to care,
compassionate
that mother, the
role that she
nurturing,
has.
the protection.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So we're kind of getting that right now, and knowing that is who she eventually becomes.
mm-hmm.
Again, this is a if you know you know type of thing. We're letting you know, so now you all know. She's a nanny, right? She's a nanny. She's still a powerful being. You
Yeah.
don't want to mess with her, but she's also a sweet old lady at times. And
Yeah,
she was a
she's a
nanny
sweet
to
old
one of the most
lady.
powerful characters in Marvel, Franklin Richards. So like, and Agatha really has a huge connection to a lot of these characters. A lot of these characters, not even just
Another
on
weird
the magical side.
technology connection for her, right? Like what in the world?
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
Doctor Doom right there. Like, yeah, that's definitely
right, exactly.
damn.
So it's like she's in league with everyone.
Yeah,
There's Doom. There's the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Mephisto. Like, it's everywhere. She's connected to Doctor Strange and Strange
yeah,
Academy. We are like, it's like every aspect of every corner she touches. So it wouldn't be out of the realm to see her kind of be like that figure as we get closer to the Young Avengers with Cho and Kamala and all of them. So that's a really
for real. It would be different. I'm here for it, man. I hope we get to. I hope some shit like that happens. I hope we get to see her character going further in other stuff as well, because she like that is a great character to have around. Um,
mhm.
so yeah, yo, I'm excited. I'm excited for whatever comes next with Amadeus Cho, Agatha, all of the Hulk stuff that's been going on, because the Hulk stuff has definitely been seeded in the MCU, like just throughout it in the
Mhm.
background, and it's definitely time for it to take more of a foreground role, for sure.
Facts. It's been background. That is a perfect way to say it.
Hmm.
It's been background, and it's due to the right situation, which we all
Yeah,
understand.
exactly.
But
It's
but
not their fault.
now it's not. But like where we are now, they can do a lot more. And I think they realize that. They're like, hey, we can make this thing work. So you may just give us a whole bunch of Hulks in one movie, man. I will love it.
Facts, facts though.
Just put a bunch of go ahead, do World War Hulk and get it over with, dog.
big
Give
facts,
it to
bro.
us.
But yeah, man, that's the end of us talking about Amadeus Cho and Marvel stuff. Actually, the last couple of things we
Mhm.
have to talk about here are DC things, and I think these are also things more in your area because I don't think I saw too much about it going in from last week. Let's start it off with the Bane
Mhm.
Deathstroke movie treatment, bro. What's up with that? What's going on there?
Yeah. So came out. I think the Hollywood Reporter dropped the article that Bane and Deathstroke are getting movie treatments, which
Oh,
is kind of cool if you think about it.
that's
I think we talked about
crazy.
a little bit of Bane before. Um, so the interesting thing here is that what we're seeing with Penguin shows that it can be done, right? Even though it's going to be under, I think these guys are going to be under Gunn, uh, Deathstroke and Bane are going to
Okay.
be under Gunn's DCU. But that goes also with something that we dropped a long time ago,
Oh,
right
okay.
before all the changes were made at WB.
Oh.
Um, and it coincides with what they're doing now with the Waller show. Okay. So the
Uh-huh.
Waller show, everybody knows what Waller, she always has her own little task force. And they all have their own different names. But this particular task force that they're probably going to bring up in this Waller show, since Task Force X is gone via Peacemaker, is
Mm.
probably going to do Secret Six. And Bane and
Oh.
Deathstroke were both part of that team under
Mm.
Waller. So we got the Waller show happening, and I think in some way they're going to have Bane and Deathstroke connect with that to give us more of the Secret
Oh.
16.
Oh,
So I think it's
okay.
all connected. They're just giving it to us in pieces, but it should be very interesting. And if they keep it in line, like with if they structure it the way they're structuring this Penguin series, and just really focusing on like the character, but also the world around the character,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be crazy. Because
Damn.
think about Deathstroke's story, right? Mercenary got out the game came back on him, right?
Yeah.
Bane, we know Bane, the luchador vibes and all of that. The
Facts.
Venom, which we may have seen in the first, right, when in that
Oh,
third
yeah.
act, he pumped himself full of. People are arguing if it's adrenaline or if it's venom, and then he went up and just went batshit crazy and whooped everybody's ass. I mean, hey, we might have that, right? That could be what we're playing with here for Bane. So it's very interesting that those two characters are getting this movie treatment in conjunction with what we're about to get from Waller. I think
Mm.
again with the breadcrumbs here, kind of connect the imaginary dots. I think that what we will end up getting from Waller will include Bane and Deathstroke at some point. Maybe not immediately. They may like allude to it happening in the future. So I think it's
Oh.
all connected. And if that's the case, if they're really treating their villains like this for the DCU
Yeah, that'll be
and not throwing them to the
crazy.
side, yo,
Yeah.
think we're getting because Deathstroke is really a Dick Grayson villain, right?
Yeah.
We, and there has been rumblings of them doing some Titan stuff. So if
Oh.
we get a Titans project, we already got Deathstroke out here. The setup is already there.
Damn.
The setup is already there. Slade
Nah, that's
versus
fire.
Grace. You know what I mean? So we're with Batman on the way, and you're gonna have to have them cross paths with Bane and Deathstroke at one point. And then
Yeah.
we got Brave and the Bold, which is supposed to be a Bat Family movie. So I mean, there's all of these things literally are connected. There's no way you can do these things and them not cross over at some point. So I
Damn,
think
I
it's
guess you got a good
interesting that we're
point.
talking villains early on. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's
and
gonna be interesting
especially
to see
having
what we
like
get.
movie treatments for them. That's amazing. I mean, we've been kind of asking
Mm,
for movie treatments for villains for a while. I mean, there's a
a
lot
long
of
time.
stuff in the MCU that could have been crazy if we got a villain movie. Like imagine if we got like a Thanos movie before Infinity War or some shit. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
that would
my
have been
goodness!
crazy,
Oh
bro. Like
shit!
like that would have been crazy.
Wow,
And then call
how
it the
crazy that
Infinity
would
Gauntlet or some shit,
be!
right? Like like Thanos and
Whoa!
like bro, like that would have been crazy. And then just see his whole backstory type shit before that Infinity War movie and have so much more contextualization on like him going and getting Nebula and getting Gamora and raising them and all these other things, getting way more context like of the planet that he talks about in Infinity War, when he's talking to Tony and he's telling him about how his planet was amazing and beautiful. Like imagine seeing him on that planet as a young Thanos. Like that shit would have been all of that would have been wild. All that would have been awesome.
Yeah, that'd been some crazy stuff right there.
So if they take that same type of, like
So
if
we get
they
something
take
like that, and
something
I and
like
I, I,
that,
I gotta give Gunn his props, man. If that's
oh
where we're
yeah,
going, if we do something like that,
that
yeah,
would be
yeah, I gotta give Gunn his
insane.
props.
That would be crazy. Even if it's a Secret Six movie, like even if it's a Secret Six movie, and
Oh
it's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean, and that's what the movie is like, and Waller sets up the Secret Six movie, and then from
boom,
the
there we
Secret
go,
Six movie we
there
go
we go.
into Brave and the Bold. Like I think that would be crazy. I think that would all be
Oh,
crazy.
imagine that. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Waller series sets up a Secret Six movie that yo,
Okay,
and then
okay. Now
takes us
hear
to
me
Brave
out.
and the
Now,
Bold.
now, now let's
Ooh.
now let's continue these announcements, these DC announcements with the dynamic duo. So, what is that about?
All right, so this is Gunn going a different route
Okay,
and taking us on an animated journey with Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, them being the dynamic duo. Um, it's supposed to be almost like puppet animation from what from I think what the article said. It's going to be
oh,
different off rip, just visually.
puppet
It's
animation.
going to be about both of them being orphans, which is not necessarily. I mean, I guess technically you can kind of go with that, with Dick Grayson, his parents dying, and then Jason Todd kind of being on the streets or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a little tweak, but I think it's kind of interesting. A lot of people are tripping off of it because it's like, well, this is not what we want. How we're getting an
Yeah.
animated project, blah 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 blah. I'm like, yo, like, well, wait, well, let's see how this plays out, because I
For
guess you
real.
want Jason Todd to be Red Hood, of course. We all want to see that happen on the big screen. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to see Red Hood come to fruition, right?
Facts.
Who doesn't want to see Joker kill this man and then come back messed up with a vengeance? Of course we want to see that, of course. But that's why I say let this ride because this is an animated project that's not connected to the DCU. They made sure that's stated in the article. It's not connected to Reeves or even Gunn's DCU. This is just its own thing
Oh,
in an
okay, but they're
animated
working on it
project.
together.
So
Because
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
Reeves
So I was
working
like,
on
well,
this too, or no?
yeah, yes, yes,
That's okay. So Gunn and Reeves are working on the
yeah.
dynamic duo together.
Yeah, and so that's why I
That's
was telling
gonna be
people, well,
wild.
maybe you shouldn't trip because it's not connected to either universe. You know what I mean? So this is like its own thing. So why even be upset? Let it ride,
Mm,
and if it's not good, then it doesn't matter anyway.
yeah, that's true.
It's not connected to Pattinson. It has nothing to do with what Gunn's doing over here. And then it's animated on top of that. Like, yeah, come on, guys,
Yeah,
relax,
the
relax.
shit
I
that
mean,
I'm
let that
seeing right
ride. You know
here
what I mean?
says that it's a mix of animation, puppetry, and
Mm-hmm.
CGI,
Mm-hmm.
which is
So it's
insane.
like,
Like,
yeah, it sounds expensive. That's what that sounds like. But
yeah, like
but
what the
I
hell?
think it's interesting. It's a very interesting route to take, especially with this style of animation that they're going to go with. And I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm like, all right, well, it sounds like it could look at the very least look interesting. Then it's
Yeah,
Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. Like, come on, come on. You know what I mean, let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes before we start losing our collective minds over it.
yeah, that sounds
If it doesn't,
crazy. okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
it
didn't know
sounds
that this
kind of
was a.
wild. I'm like, all
So
right.
since this is an Elseworlds project, then my idea goes out of the, uh, my idea goes out of the water. But I'm still here for this. I
Right.
mean,
Well,
this
at least for
sounds
those two guys, yeah.
insane. Yeah, this just sounds insane. Yeah, no, because the thing that I was gonna say was if Dynamic Duo had something to do with it too, because you have Dynamic Duo, and then you hear about Bane and
Mm-hmm.
Deathstroke, which could also be called. I mean, you wouldn't call them a dynamic duo because they don't really rock together too much. But it's like you got a
Right.
dynamic duo and
But that
villains, and then a
term kind of
dynamic.
fits, right?
Yeah,
With them. They got both of
it
them.
fits
You
for
know what I mean?
them for sure.
The term
So
fits. So
I was like, oh, maybe that, but nah, I see. But yeah, so I'm down for that. That sounds dope. I'm interested in seeing at least something that the team behind this has maybe done before, because I think they're working with, they're working with Swaybox, which is a.
mm-hmm.
I think they've made something before with this animation puppet CGI stuff, and I don't know what it is though. I can't. I think. Let me see. It sounds dope though. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, like I said, it sounds so crazy that it sounds interesting. So I'm like, yo, right, yeah, let me see that. Let me see how that's gonna go. So then you got, I mean, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, like who doesn't like those two? Those two Robins? Come on.
yeah.
Nightwing, Red Hood, put them together. Come on, they work well together. It's cool. It's a cool little dynamic that you can get out of that, and stories you could tell with that. So I I'm interested in it.
Yeah, I'm interested too. It sounds super crazy, and man, we have not seen like a stop motion puppetry CGI thing like this. I don't think ever really. Like we've never seen any show type thing do what they're gonna probably try to do with this, and it'll probably be insane for that reason alone. Like,
And
like
that's where I give Gunn his flowers because it's like everybody, everyone's out here like they want something different. They want something different. You're tired of seeing kind of the same stuff over and over again.
yeah,
Here we are. You know what I mean? Here we are.
yeah. I mean, for real, like, this
This
is
is what y'all
something
was asking for. What y'all
completely
was asking
different.
for. This is way different. People don't like change. I'm like, hey, this might be a heater. You don't know. It sounds crazy to me, and I want the crazy. So stop puppet
Yeah.
animation CGI, yo, with Grayson and Todd and
Okay.
what the adventures that they can go on, the villains we could see in this thing, yo,
I saw.
they're really
I think
playing with house
I just.
money by not having it connected to anything. They're free. They're free to do whatever with
Oh
this.
yeah, that's true.
So go
That
for it.
is super true. Like you might as well, huh?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I just found
I'm rocking
a
with that too.
video from Swaybox Studios, the team that's behind
Mm.
doing this new dynamic duo, and this should show us a little bit of what type of shit we could be seeing here for this this animation. So let's check it out. Okay, let's see. Bang. Oh shit, this would be crazy. What in the world? What the hell?
So look, when Haggerty shows up, I'll grab him quick and tell him how he can fit into the campaign.
Whoa.
Hey, I don't know that we need to do that.
You think so?
I do.
Okay, you're the man.
Everyone, this is Mr. Haggerty. Mr. Haggerty, I'd like you to meet our campaign staff.
Everyone, please just call me Bill.
I'm just saying.
Of course, this is my brother and his campaign manager, Ben.
You did talk to your brother, right?
Yeah.
I think this would be a good opportunity to fill you in on the campaign.
Yeah, I know the details. It's my plan. That's why your brother brought me here to manage the campaign.
Yeah.
The neighbors have been cutting the grass,
That's
so we're gonna
pretty
edge it up,
crazy.
make it look. Oh, hey, who am I?
That looks
Look,
crazy.
I'm Sean. Sean from who?
And it's so
From the city of what?
left field, man.
What's the
like,
problem?
I don't know who you is. I live right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm clean.
You at my
Come on.
you in my neighborhood. I don't know
come on,
you.
like it's nuts, right?
Yeah, for real. That looked insane. That looked really good too. Like
Yeah, that was fucking nuts.
that was insane. Like that was
That was nuts.
crazy.
A wild fucking video.
Like what the hell? That like
Yeah, that
I'm a
was
little
wild.
uncomfortable, but at the same time I'm like that looked insane. Like they definitely were like the facial expressions definitely were powerful and shit too in that, but it just also looks crazy. Like what the hell? Like
Right. So imagine that, and then
and they're catching the fade.
imagine that, and,
And they're throwing
motherfuckers
hands.
out, you know what I mean? Or they're suiting up, you know what I'm saying? Picture that with them suited up in their costumes or whatever, and
Yeah, that the
just
beginning
going
of
out
it
and fighting.
was definitely like the beginning of the video is what kind of caught my interest the most because we see like a dude
Yeah.
like jump off of some like a box and do like a little tuck and roll, I think. Like right,
Yeah, just
like
the
right after
little parkour
this
action.
one, yeah, little boom, little
Yeah, right
parkour
there.
action,
Ugh.
and that looks really good. Like that looked pretty dope. Like if we get more shit like that, like and then they just start throwing hands and they're catching the fade, like that actually looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for some weird ass shit like that. Like for real, that looks super
People hear
weird.
things and they start thinking one way, and instead of kind of looking into it and really thinking about it, I like that. They might cook with that.
They might cook with that, bro. Like
might cook with that. There might be some wild greatness in there.
for real,
'Cause
especially
even with
because
that scene with the kid on the bike, man, like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like it looks solid. It looks really good. And then the conversation that they had at the end, like, and you can really see bruh like being uncomfortable and like you know what I mean? Like that's pretty dope. I like that. It's definitely strange. Not gonna say it's not.
Yeah,
but
like they're doing it's different things. It's different, and I think that was
seems like
Gunn's goal to
DCU
set
is
out to be
yeah.
different from
Everything.
what we gotten, right? So this is
Yeah.
definitely that, right? This is definitely
For
that.
surely. Like this is definitely different from anything we've ever seen before.
Definitely that. So it's not anything we're used to. And I think that rubs people the wrong way,
Yeah,
but it's kind of exciting. So
I agree. Nah, that was dope. I like that. I'm excited for Dynamic Duo to see what that's like. I'm really wanting to know what's going on with this Waller show and then the Bane and Deathstroke stuff. I would really love to see that Waller show go into a 616 movie and then that go into Batman Brave and the Bold. I think that would be a beautiful transition. You know what I mean? Kind of have that mini trilogy in itself that you don't even know is a trilogy. I think that's what a lot of these movies and these studios are missing out on is building up these mini trilogies and all these other things, but not having to actually do it.
right.
Like the Hulk, for all intents and purposes, he has a crazy awesome arc across the MCU with not one single movie. Like they need to be able to do that with things that aren't big like the Hulk, though. Like take that same idea of giving a Hulk a trilogy movie in other movies and projects, and then do it for like Moon Knight or Miss Marvel or any of these other characters that they have. So that I think it's possible. Wait, what the hell? I just said Marvel. Wait, how did I just get to Marvel? I don't know what just happened. But I think it's very possible to have, something like that happen. Oh, yeah. I think it would be amazing for DC to do something like that, but with more streamlined characters and movies and shows and all these other things to where, you don't have to wait for Batman 3 to know what's going to happen next. You feel me? Like you can see that shit go down in the Waller show, or you can see it go down in the Bane and Deathstroke movie, and then you see the next story of Batman, but you see it from freaking Bane and Deathstroke's perspectives, or something crazy like that. Like I love shit being like just give us different takes of it, and that's what's. It seems like the D in DCU is gonna be for different. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a different cinematic universe. You know what I'm saying, baby? So
It's interesting. It's very interesting. So, and I think it's a welcome change. Just what we're coming off of, what 2023 was just abysmal as far as
facts.
DC goes. It just
Yep.
didn't work out, and then the way we had to depart from the Snyderverse. I think in
Yeah.
order to kind of establish yourself as something totally different, this is probably the way to do it.
For real.
Probably the way to do it.
He
It
he got
takes a lot of
animations, puppetries, CGI's, live
yeah.
actions.
I'm
He got
looking on their
everything going
Instagram
on.
page right now at a couple videos. I'm like, yo, this pretty cool actually.
Yeah,
Like a
it's
couple of the puppets just
definitely
on set, man. It's dope. It's dope. Like we could really be into something here. So I'm just
for
picturing
real.
what we just saw with Nightwing and Red Hood suited up
Yeah.
and just kicking people in the face and whatnot. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. Definitely interesting. Yeah, it's cool as hell.
Yeah,
They
bro.
dropped
I'm really excited, bro. I'm excited for it. I wanna know what's gonna be going on in the DC universe because there is just so much potential everywhere for something different to happen. So, I can't wait, yo.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
But
sure. So Gunn
yeah,
Reeves, come on.
yeah, bro. Gunn and
Bring
Reeves
that
is
shit.
crazy, bro. That's
I mean, we just
crazy.
came off of Cape Crusader. We know what Reeves can do in the animated universe. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
And
Come
it's
on.
wild. Like we're getting
Yeah.
Guns and Reeves on something like this. Like what? Like
Yeah.
it's so like
Yeah,
that's
it's
so
kind of cool,
different,
man.
bro. Like it's super dope to see them collabing on something so different. Like it was dope to see
Right.
Bruce Timm, Matt Reeves, and J.J. Abrams collab on something different. Like because who would
Look
have
what we
thought you'd
got
see
at it.
those
Look
other
what we
names
got
with
at it.
Bruce Timm? Like what the hell?
Exactly. So, hey, I'm here for this. I'm here for this.
For real, for real. But yeah, man. That's all I got on the docket today, yo. We've been chatting, we've been yapping, we've been chit chatting up in this G thing. Are there any final thoughts or final things you want to bring up before we get up out of here, my guy?
I was peeping a little bit of the Superman and Lois show. Oh my goodness. That's
It's
all I
looking
got to
good.
say. Oh my goodness. Right. So
Yeah, I'm not even caught up on the last season, so I got to catch up on that for sure.
this last is gonna wreck you, bro. They
Damn.
get crazy. It's a lot. It's like super emotional. It's like a lot of stuff happening with Lois and it's so up and down emotionally, dude.
Yeah, I had
And then
started
to go from
watching
that
it.
to where we are now, oh my
It's
god, I can't
crazy.
handle it.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nuts. Like
I'm
it
in
goes from
there.
straight emotion to like action and more emotion, and then the space. It's a ride. It is a
Oh yeah.
ride.
I'm ready.
Oh man,
I'm ready
whew,
for it.
love it.
I know you ready to go watch it for real now. Huh?
Man, I was just in and out, and I was like, holy shit.
Bro's like, what's going on?
What is it? I had the captions on. Like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Captions on is crazy.
Precious. Oh, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. So some of the characters that they bring in from last season are now on some diabolical shit this first episode, and
Oh
they
yeah,
really
I'm ready.
they went real diabolical. I'm scared.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely about to check it out. Yeah,
Man, Lois does a good job with their villains too.
yeah. Superman and Lois does great job with their villains, bro. Like
Yeah,
their villains are
yeah.
actual villains. Like the whole shit. Like they
Their
they
villains
get
are a fucking prop.
yeah, bro. Like you get there, you're able to like fully flesh them out. Everything. Like yeah, I love it. I love it.
Facts. Facts. And they do it in a short time too. They do like 13, 14 episodes, so very digestible.
Yeah, I agree. But all right, man, I'm gonna have to check it out, get it all that going, and I can't wait. And then I guess we'll be back here next time for the same nerded time at the same nerded place for the same nerded talk. All righty. And with all that being said, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in with us today to talk about all the things that we've been able to talk about. Yo, I am behind on my comic book stuff for sure. I gotta go this week and get all the new stuff so I can catch up to what's going on, because I am behind. I think it's been a minute since I've been able to go and get some comics. So hopefully next week we'll be able to catch up on all the comic booky stuff that's going on. If no crazy news drops between now and then too, because there's just been crazy news dropping every week, bro. It's insane. It's been absolutely diabolical. But I appreciate you, BZ, for being here with me yet again as well. And I hope you have a cool rest of your day, brother.
Same to you, my friend. Same to you. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hella good stuff. All right, chat. I hope you guys all have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one. As I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
And on today's pop culture news update,
On today's pop culture news update.